Yo. No. How the fuck do you stream again? How does this work? Bro, I forgot. The core concept of streaming. Sad Mark. Doper than Dopa is a sick name. I rarely say that. Almost every username I see in chat, I think, that's dumb as shit. Doper than Dopa, your name's sick. Although, you're not doper than Dopa. Let's be real. No, small, sad, tiny people, your name is not sicker. Your name is Twisted. The Buffalo Bills. And you can clip that. I don't know why I said it. I don't know why you said it. What did the Bills do? I don't really care. You can tell me, but I don't care. Yo! Everyone here, listen, if you're watching me right now, if you're in this chat, you're probably not the biggest football fan. Let's go! Just left my family dinner to watch you. You know what you should do? What I recommend doing is keeping the stream on at your family dinner. So like, who here, for example, is currently eating dinner with their family, but they've got their phone and they're sort of that, I think like that's the, yeah, okay. Hey, Bobby Scar. Hey, everybody, People's Champ in chat for Bobby Scar. Wow, Bobby Scar in the early gang. He said something nice, but I lost it. He said, what up, gangsta? Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. I miss you, Bobby. I hope all is well with you and the family. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you as well. You, Sophie, and Donato. Big Bobby Scar fan around here. That's ride or die. I'm kind of the day one. I want you guys to know, you guys ever seen like a Disney Channel movie where there's like the bully, and then the bully has like his two goons next to him? You know, like the bully's like, come on, God, or like, let's get out of here. And the two goons are, I was one of those goons for Bobby Scar, and I'm proud of it. During many years at Twitch, we would go to Melee tournaments, and Scar would, you know, roll around the joint, doing Scar things. And whenever he wanted to bounce, we bounced, okay? Proudly. Kanye is running with a Nazi. What do you mean running with a Nazi? Like running for political office? 434124. Thank you for the prime. Your name was hard to pronounce, but I do appreciate your support, especially because it's the first prime from you. Thanks for just showing up out on this unannounced, unapologetic, unabashed, powerful stream. He's running in a marathon. No, really? Wait, what? Nick Fuentes. I don't know who Nick Fuentes is, unfortunately. And yet you never watched an obscure philosophical anime with him. Some day one you are. I actually did watch Madoka Magica with Bobby Scar. No. Did I? Was that Scar or Toph? Or maybe both. We did partake when we watched that anime. I don't remember exactly who was there or what was going on. What's going? Ramen Lord tries. Thank you for the 3 months. XX Joe Biden 69X. Current best username of the day has been taken by XX Joe Biden 69XXX. That is Yogscast sign. Thank you for the 5. I will rake every username when I see it in the sub bar, and we will decide if it has beat the current challenger. Currently, I don't think you can top it. LOL, is that the real Joe Biden? That would make him, that would be the coolest thing he's done. If Joe Biden had that name and went around fucking dropping primes in Twitch chats. Mike's Hardest. Thank you for the 10 gifted. Good goddamn. I like the idea of Mike's of Mike's hard lemonade fame having a secret hardest lemonade that he reserves only for the real ones. If you drink a Mike's hard, you're a pussy. But if you drink a Mike's hardest, that's just a bottle of Everclear, dude. Any glizzy gobblers this Thanksgiving? Okay, actually, guys, I'm Clint Stevensing. I'm out of here, dude. I was enjoying my Clint Stevens. Dude, I've been on my fucking Clint, dude. I'm full on Clint mode for really only 2 days. Because I'm not counting the fucking New Zealand vacation, but a viewer would count it because that's another week they didn't give any content. So it's been a minute. You know what, though? We live in a fucking society because what I'm really asking for is a 2-week vacation. It's not fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Well, I really want a week to go to New Zealand and a week to catch up on things on my own. And then that's all I'm asking for. And everyone's like fucking freaking out, dude. And I'm not even really not worried because I had a bunch of off-brand stuff to do yesterday. The real reason I didn't go live yesterday or the day before is, well, number one, I'm a huge puss. Okay. Let me just put out the most negative aspect first. Okay. Number one is I probably could have gone live, but I really thought I could make this fucking, I don't know. I wanted to make this big, grand, unified theory that tied in Elon Musk and Sam Bankman-Fried and the 14 other, and Bob Iger and everything that happened when I was gone into an ultimate, like, business recap update. And it's like, bro, I didn't do any work on that in New Zealand. And I was just trying to, I couldn't put it all together. And so I was like, I'd rather just finish that than go live. And then that didn't happen. So, all right. So there's that. I did a lot of reading. I actually read a fuck ton. I feel like I'm immensely fascinated by it and I have a lot to say, but I haven't really put it all together. Other than that, number two is that Ari's parents are here. Ari's family is here, and we are actually having Thanksgiving together tomorrow, which I don't know. I don't think that's like the Latina way. I think they just decided it was easier for everyone to come down. So I am doing my first hosting of Thanksgiving here, and people are going to come here, like just her brother and some cousins and her family, but it's going to be like her family, but here. So I just talked to my family today via phone. It's one of the first things I haven't seen my family though in a while, which I'm probably a little sad about. But you know, my real family's right here. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of that, Jeff 036, thank you for the 11 months. Oh my God, dude. Wow, that's a family move right there. I can't even feel sick saying it. This is what we had to do, Scar. If he's still here, we need a product for this, dude. You need to build this right into the fucking mainframe. Scar used to work as a product manager. Oh, yeah, we can VIP Scar if you have the ability. Yeah, please do. At Twitch, and like he'd have to come up with products that were like, he worked on a lot of different things, but like gifted subs, I think he worked on, and some other things. But you know, he had to work on ideas, and you're supposed to like think about. He always had really good ideals and wanted to make things that help people build communities, and like the Twitch kind of wanted things that made money. But if it's not addicting children to technology, we don't approve it. Exactly. That was sort of the ethos, if you will, of Twitch's products, which is funny because they weren't even really good at that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Twitch was like masterminds of making great products and they were just evil. They couldn't make good products at all. Most of the shit they made was bad. Oh, hey, anyway, so let me change my title real quick. You must confront Scar on what he did to Mufasa. That is the worst fucking message I've ever heard. That's so stupid. That's so stupid, dude. That's such a dumb thing to say. You understand? That's so dumb. He just draws the whole stream to a halt. You've absolutely ruined my flow because it's so stupid. What a basic stupid thing to. It's like this guy's name is New York Cheese Rat, and it's like saying, "Oh, I bet that guy fucking hates cats." It's just dumb. Why? We don't have to fucking read everyone's username literally and then turn into a. Mod him. Yeah, I forgot about that. Let me factor. What else do I need? Who else fucked the Thanksgiving bird. Ayo me. I absolutely ravaged the insides of that avian beast. All right, I'm timing you out. Obviously. You're timed out because you're a sub. That's the only thing. Hip Spinster, you gotta take 10 minutes. Take a fucking walk, dude. Take a fucking walk. Absolutely take a walk. Bro, why would you read that? I always start reading without a mission. You know what I'm saying? I don't go in with bias. Sue me. Oh, sorry. What I do is I just scan the page and I dive. I'm sort of like a journalist, sort of like a real, I don't want to say hero, but it wouldn't be inappropriate for you to say it. Krellip, thank you for the 27 months. Robert Stacks Unsolved, thank you for the 10 months. I have consistently been seeing your name. I feel like you've been sub for even longer than 10. I don't know why. I get the feeling you're like an even super OG, but I appreciate it. Have you played Marvel Snap much or just made that silly ad? First of all, I don't think it's a silly ad. I think it's quite a good ad. I'm very proud of it. They really liked it. It did well. I played a little bit of it. Stans played a lot. Stans really liked it. The thing about me is I don't have too much Marvel lore, and I get hyper addicted to card games, so I had to be very careful. But we did play it before we did the ad. I've heard it's quite good, actually. From basically everyone I know who's into card games. Actually, this guy Cozy Gamer I met at Hearthstone has pivoted his entire channel into it. Raw DQ, thank you for the 14 months. Mainstream Mango, thank you for the 7 months. Hearthstone rank. You want to my Hearthstone rank? Haven't got to play it too much since New Zealand. I only like to play Hearthstone whenever there's a beautiful view that I can ignore. Hearthstone doesn't really hit unless there's like a stunning vista that I can look away from. Do you know what I'm saying? If it's in my house, it doesn't. There's like I could already be doing something else. Wait, what the fuck? Australian YouTuber who reports on media and government corruption got his house firebombed recently. Is there more news on that? We're gonna do Get Smarter today. Actually, I should introduce this. Wait, holy moly. No, it's not it at all. Fucking shit. This is not it. And the Atrioc.biz has nothing on it. This is not correct. Just to be clear, this is not correct. There is no merch. Boo 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 boo. I don't even. Oh, remember this? Dude, I used to have this frame for the intro. And then I think, what else did we have? We had, oh yeah, with this one. Oh, there's no sound. Oh no, there's no sound. Oh no! There's no sound. Oh, you guys heard sound? Oh.
If you wanna clap as we take you through this monkey rap. He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to kick some.
Oh, here it is. Coconut gun and fire in spurts.
Wake me up inside. Wake me up inside. Call my name and save me from the dark. Bid my blood to run before I come undone. Save me from the nothing I've become.
This song's got style. So listen.
Dude, I can't even get rid of the fucking. There it is. Okay. So, that was a bust. It was a good throwback, that memory lane, but that was not the frame I was looking for. What I was trying to discuss, maybe is this. This is definitely not it. Fucking shit, dude. I'm not. Oh, God. Oh, God, dude. Okay. Okay. What I was trying to say was that I don't have the scene. A Factor sponsorship. But I don't have the scene, dude. Oh, I don't think there is a scene. Wait a minute. That's the problem. And this is what's called, we understand, this is called marketing. You guys understand this whole setup is all an act to lure you into a false sense of security so that I can just drop this. Wake me up. I forgot about it. Bro, there's 700. Dude, I need to clean this up. I swear to God, dude, this is unconscionable. It's ridiculous. Every fucking layer is just labeled image 1, dude. I got 700 layers. They're all labeled image 1. I have no fucking idea. What is this one? The Papathon. Donkey Kong. Wake me up inside. Donkey Kong. Call my name and save me from... This is good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be doing Get Smarter Thursdays, brought to you by Factor Meals, the greatest meal to eat on Thanksgiving. Little known fact, the Pilgrims and the Native Americans both came together to eat Factor Meals. And that is why we call it Thanksgiving, because they were so thankful for their delicious Factor Meals. Now, probably you're not going to be eating a Factor meal on Thanksgiving, and they understand that, as do I. That being said, I have chugged many Factor smoothies today. But if you are like me on a regular day-to-day, normal average day, you feel like you don't want to cook, you feel like you don't want to spend a lot of money ordering out, and most importantly, you want to eat something that's somewhat decently healthy, you know, not real just crap like driving to McDonald's, then Factor Meals actually solves all those problems. And it's been a godsend for me. I have one Factor meal a day, sometimes two, but usually Ari eats half the box. Oh, here it is. What's this? Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I got it. You see, the thing about me, boom, boom, bada bing, bada boom. And if you use code POG Atrioc60, you can get 60% off your first box. Okay, so now, here's the deal. Ladies and gentlemen, here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to shoot the shit for a bit, but this is what I wanted to show you. Is if you have a video that you think we should react to today, even though it says Get Smart Saturday, if you just drop it in chat, it will literally show up here on screen. Oh, Roblox oof.mp3. 57 minutes of this. I don't know why the fuck we'd watch that. That's in 1 hour long video called Roblox oof. Don't think I'll be watching that. Atrioc rap cyberpunk style. What the fuck is this?
What up, Atrioc? Alright, so look. Last time we spoke, I asked you what I should do to celebrate my birthday. It was my first one in a minute. You said I should watch all your content front to back, so I did.
Okay.
And it looks like you really like cyberpunk edge runners. So I wanted to make something like that. Alright. Fulcrum, come in. I'm seeing something strange, so insane, not sure what just happened. 4,000 surrounded, one man, he's panting, but the only one still standing. Hold on, wait, the fuck he doing now? He's morphing into some sort of coffee count?
No.
Okay, it's Big A, hand with the glizzy. Might look grim, but believers know he'll win the day. Chat some clowns, man, but not like yours. You could set a world record if he ever got bored.
True fact.
At ASU, he's the man on campus. Better watch your bag for the...
To be clear, at ASU, I'm not the man on campus. I want to stop here. I don't go back to my old college campus and strut around like I'm the man. I played League of Legends for 3/4 of my years at ASU. They don't know me there. I'm not some sort of local legend, okay? If I go to ASU, it would be weird, and I don't go back there, and I'm not the man. I just want to make that very clear. I understand there's a lot of things in this song that are untrue so far, but this one really stood out to me.
Quarter 6 gambit, Can claim it's just luck, but the man planned it. Took the risk, finished it, then stuck the landing. And even if the man fell, watch him get up and yell.
It's not over. I didn't hear no bell.
His mindset on what to grind next, still not at his apex, still reaching new peaks with these projects. He's the one to beat in BVP contests.
Facts.
Don't know defeat, not even the context. It ain't complex, the grind's God sent. Conquered the hollow gods 112%.
People forget about that.
Absolute radiance, man. He claimed
Don't say
heaven.
9/11.
Became
Don't say
Elder
9/11.
of the Atrioc 9/11.
Don't say 9/11.
Whoops, man. I meant 19. Singing all these shanties is just obscene. Grab the mic and let me ask the meme, who else is hyped for the next Paper Mario stream?
Hopefully no one.
Debtor's going bankrupt like FTX. If you think he's good now, you ain't seen his best yet. Crush you and smash with a clean cheek sweep. When he locks in fizz, even faker looks weak. Cause he trains like it's railbound. Looking for his weakness and there's none found. So at the peak of the market, he makes bank in Omegalodon in the Shark Tank.
That's pretty good.
Copium, if you think
That's
he
actually
ain't
pretty
that,
good.
If you want to challenge him, better take a step back. Man, I love chat. When they're spamming, yeah,
We should watch Shark
you
Tank.
better best hope the man ain't tired of your joke. Watch the ghost take crowns, they can handle the aggression, dropping bodies, taking records like he's Agent 47. Too easy for Quincy to hold the line. Take it down first try like the Glamour-Eye. Marketing, targeting, marketing. It's someday you gonna get smarter, guaranteed like it's Saturday
Or Thursday.
Sheesh, man, I can't see straight. As an East Coast frog, gotta stay up late. Seeing Big A in his element, streaming for the hell of it. Though since he left his job, guess it's more relevant. Ah shit, I forgot off-brand. Speaking of, you should pick up the man in Yodi land. And I think that's it. Tell them fucking backseaters they can suck my dick. Good luck with off-brand and the stream is sick. Keep up the good shit sincerely, Mike's hardest.
Mike's Hardest, thank you for the 8 months. Hey, Mike's Hardest, thank you for the Cyberpunk rap. I will say, very, very sweet of you, 90% of it. I don't think that we at Off-Brand can necessarily pick up Fulcrum. I don't know that he really wants to work on the behind the scenes of creator events. I don't know if that's exactly what his goal. I think he's more of a front of house kind of guy. He likes to stay faded. I know that. I know that yes. Guys, I'm aware that Fulcrum likes to get faded than a hoe. You don't have to tell me. Do you understand? No one needs to be like, oh, actually, I don't know if this can help in the situation. I want you guys to know that Fulcrum gets faded in the hoe. He smokes the Benjamin. No, I understand. You don't need to say more. I'm aware. I've got it. His whole ethos, he's very clear about. He doesn't he doesn't hide anything. I think that's what people like about him. He's really very upfront. So I don't need anyone's backup on what Fulcrum is or stands for or how he gets faded or which hoe he's more faded than. Willem the Friend, thank you for the 19 months. Spiper, thank you for the Prime. Sea Turtles, thank you for the 9 months. Aiden, did your airplane story so dirty on the yard? What do you mean? I think he, it was funnier. I heard it from his perspective. I listened to the yard actually this morning, and it was funny because when Aiden said that we saw Carl Urban from The Boys in New Zealand, Slime said, that's like seeing, what did he say? He said, it's like seeing Derek Jeter in baseball. Oh, did we lose the fucking internet? We back? You can hear? Yikes, dude. And this is why I say Spectrum can suck my whole hog without a fucking condom, dude. What the fuck? Is it back? We gotta be back. Well, no, we got it now. Beep, beep, beep. Bro, we gotta be back. Don't say next slide. Here's what I would do. If I was a viewer in this situation, I would say, this is perfect content change. Actually sounds patronizing. No, next slide's fine. Next slide's fine. All right. We're back. And we're back. And it was a journey. And we've arrived here at the destination. And the destination is that my computer is freezing the fuck up. Bro! Dude, I should have bought that 4080 in New Zealand. That's just the facts. Are we back? Dude, oh, dear God in heaven. Please save my stream. It's my Thanksgiving miracle request. There it is. Okay. Bro, we gotta be back. We gotta be back. Well, you guys think I'm worried that it's not internet. My worry is that it's fucking not internet and that I have actually fucked things really hard by... Oh, dude, I have so many tabs open. Holy moly, I have so many tabs open. Oh my God, I literally might have 1,000 tabs open. Oh, dear. And I have Photoshop open. Oh, no. No wonder, dude. Holy moly. Dude, I have like literally 80 tabs on just Sam Bankman-Fried's parents. Because I was looking into him. It's fucked, dude. It's fucked. Those guys are involved deeply in the scam, in the fraud. And I just don't close anything. I just don't close shit. That's sort of my thing. Everyone's got a thing. What's your thing? Being a fucking dipshit about it? What? What? Okay. All right. I'm closing. Things are closing. Bro, I'm closing. Everything's being closed. Oh my God. It's just, things are speeding up. Things are speeding up faster and faster. Okay. All right. We're back. Kevin O'Leary vouched for FBS Premier Electronics. Yeah, that's way too. Yeah, it's fucked. Dude, you been back for a while? No, I'm back. Okay, I'm good. Hey, Truck. May I suggest using Vivaldi browser for its tab stack feature? It makes 100 tabs. Maybe. I'm not diehard Chrome, but Chrome is pretty useful. And Chrome usually is the fastest. I'm going to check it out. How's everybody doing? I know I've been gone for 2 days. As I mentioned, I was a little afraid of trying to finish everything I want to talk about. And then also Ari's parents have been here. And then also we had a bunch. I sort of just kind of sprung this trip on my off-brand partners. I basically said, hey, I'm going to New Zealand. Peace. By the way, Juiced is in 5 days. And we had other stuff too. We can't talk about yet. And I sort of just dipped. And then I came back. So I had to kind of jump on a lot of work. Basically Tuesday and Wednesday. Have you played with AI images much? I played with what was it? The one on Discord. I don't know. Midjourney maybe for a bit. It's cool. I think it's gonna fucking change all our lives within 10 years. But right now I've figured it out. Chrome. We're going to finish God of War. I'm probably not going to finish God of War on stream, to be quite honest. I decided that God of War is a game that I would rather play at my leisure. I might local record and just upload a VOD, but I don't really like how playing it on stream. It's not as fun on stream as it would be because I feel hurried. And if I play it slowly, it'll take me fucking forever on stream, which is not what I feel like. I actually think the opening of God of War was a perfect thing to play on stream. The part where I cried at the wolves dying, which is a little bit cheap. And then the first boss. That whole sequence is very good. But outside of that, I don't really want to do it on stream. Maybe I'll play the ending. I can do the ending on stream. That's fine. Anyway, what else is good? Today we're gonna watch these videos. Let's see. So the whole point was to get these fucking we're gonna get smarter today. That's what our founding fathers of Thanksgiving would have wanted. Would be for us to get a little bit smarter. And the thing about getting smarter is that it's very, 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 very easy to forget where you put. Oh, I closed the tab with the Get Smarter videos. Fuck, dude, I literally forgot how to stream. Okay. We need them back. Submit here. Oh, here they go. Playing games wrong way. We already watched this. It was really good. The mechanics of being Big Bird. I'm not that interested. The crazy camera James Cameron built for Avatar 2, The Way of Water. It's 14 minutes long. Could be interesting. The history of paper money actually sounds interesting. This is 8 minutes long, but it's part 1. How many parts are there? That's what I want to know.
How did humanity come to accept rectangular pieces of pulped trees as something to spend 8 to 10 hours a day working for? It's a pretty insane story. This change from hard currency like gold or silver is a really huge deal. Without it, we couldn't possibly have the massive industrial and post-industrial economies we know today. This change revolutionized how we do business, and forever...
It'd be kind of sick if everywhere you work, they just paid you in gold. What's on 2x speed? Dude. No, it's not. No, it's not. Fucking Zoomers, dude. Wait, how baked are you? This is on normal speed. Is the voice wrong?
altered how governments were financed. Learning about this massive sea change...
Maybe you only watch it. Maybe you only watch it on 2x speed, so when his voice sounds like this, you're like, why does this sound so weird? Maybe most Zoomers only watch Extra Credit on 2x speed, so they can't fucking figure it out. This is his voice. This is his normal voice. It just that's how he sounds like. He's always sounding like this. Let's just put it on 0.5 and see.
In how we, as a species, thought about money can help us reflect on our current
Okay. What about...
historical shift from seeing paper as money to seeing bits, seeing digital ones and zeros as money. But before we can get to the exciting story of people trying to convince
I can't do that. No, let's do one.
other people that paper was worth something, to understand why this is such a huge deal, we have to discuss a bit about how...
I was saying it would be interesting if every job paid you in actual physical gold that you had to walk around with. I think theft would be a real problem. But what I wanted to say was, have you guys seen the fuck... I just heard about this. Let me interrupt this regular scheduled programming to bring you this. What the fuck is the new fucking currency of TikTok? Dabloons. Spelled wrong, by the way. Have you seen this? The rise of Dabloons? It's literally, they didn't know how to... It started from like a cat video. I think it was this. That offered you 3 doubloons for passing by. And then no one knew how to spell doubloons. So they spelled it doubloons, like a fucking monkey popping balloon. And then they turned it into like an economy of TikTok where people are just...
If you don't know what the doubloon thing is, I'm going to explain it to you, okay? You ready? There was this picture of a cat, and it had its little toe beans up like this.
Toe beans.
And then someone captioned it, and it was like, 4 doubloons.
By the way, I want to pause here and just say that through this doubloons phenomenon, I've learned that Gen Z says toe beans for cats, thereby proving that they are just also turning into millennials. There's not much of a difference. They're basically at the exact age that millennials did all the fucking internet cat shit, and now they're doing the same.
And it kept making its way around the internet so often that people saw it so many times that they would like collect the doubloons. I've seen it 4 times, so I have 16 doubloons. And then it became this whole thing where like you happen upon it organically, and like now people are giving away doubloons in different ways. And then all of a sudden these like shops started popping up, so you can like trade in your doubloons for stuff, or you can join pirate guilds. But then sometimes people can steal your doubloons. And then people flew too close to the sun and they started giving away infinite doubloons, or being like, take as many as you want. And it caused doubloon inflation. And so now that's the drama. If you're wondering about the doubloon thing...
This is legitimate drama, by the way. This is legitimate drama. I want you to understand. People were going around different TikTok videos, and when they ran across a doubloon one, it would be like, here's 3 doubloons. And then people in the comments would be like, wow, I have a total of 7 because I've been collecting these all day. And then someone said, here's 1,000,000 doubloons. And people are mad that someone said that and uploaded it. Because it has inflated the doubloon economy. You know what's crazy? Was that the TikTok was by Joe Biden. Joe Biden himself logged on, fucking hit the whip, dude. He got sturdy, and then he fucking dropped 600 million doubloons per person. It's fucking wild. Here's a guy right here. So everyone watching now has 10 billion doubloons. This could be bad for the economy, dude. This could be really bad. I feel like the value is going to go way down. I have to sell my rabbit to get out of doubloon debt. She's selling her rabbit for 13.7 doubloons. Since we all have 10 billion, we can afford it, I suppose. What is...
My teacher gave me an actual Dabloon because I brought up the Dabloons and cat's leg.
Bro! Ah! It's so annoying that it's spelled so stupidly. It's so annoying that it's spelled Dabloon. Ay, 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 ay. Y'all have to remember that one IRL doubloon equals 1,000 doubloons. Are these the doubloons y'all talking about?
Gold doubloons. Whenever we solve a pirate problem together, they'll appear. Doubloons are magical pirate coins. We got 2 gold doubloons. We collect them, grab them and go, and put them in our team treasure chest. Count with us. Yeah! Remember to keep a lookout for.
Holy fucking shit! What's this?
You can play with this kaleidoscope I got you at the airport.
What? A kaleidoscope? I'm not 5. Shapes and colors?
You can play with this kaleidoscope I got you at...
Yeah, anyway, there's like a gazillion, zillion, billion videos. Like 484 million views on this in 2 days across all this doubloon stuff. Stop. This is doubloon checkpoint. Prepare for inspection. Wait. Okay. Hold on to your 10 billion. I must inspect your items and doubloons. You have passed inspection. Stay safe, traveler, and here are 20 doubloons. All right, we got 10 billion and 20. Oh, what the fuck? Toys R Us? Oh, I gotta put this in my Toys R Us Marketing Monday. This is the official account. Bro, hey, another proof of Canada's bad marketing. Bro, this is official Toys R Us Canada, where they forgot the memo that they're bankrupt. Well, you can't see that it's the camera's covering it. It's literally verified. Fucking Canada strikes again, dude. All right. Well, we got 70 doubloons from fucking Jeffrey the Giraffe, whose name I know because of my research.
Oh, boy. For Dabloons, for little me. This is so awesome. I wonder what I will purchase. Why, yes, it is. Yum, yum, yum. Let's friend.
76 Dabloons. You're kidding. Such blasphemy. 76 Dabloons. Inflation is out of control.
Bro, there's something going on. There's a problem. There's a problem.
Who keeps giving this cat Dabloons?
Also, how do the cats factor in?
Who keeps giving
That's what I don't
this cat-
understand. There's the balloon inflation, yeah.
Oh, it's a little slideshow of cats. And
Stop giving me doubloons. I've already become a billionaire. I'm a part of the bourgeoisie.
I'm lost, bro. Oh, hello there. My name is Mr. Dabloon. I'm a lawyer who specializes in doubloon law. Let me show you to my office. My job is to help you whenever you're in trouble. If you get robbed, I can get your money back. If you're the one doing the rob, who's making these? Who is making these? Can we finish the video? No, this is too smart. Guys, we're getting smarter today. This is important. We're rising our intelligence. What? The reason I heard about this is, by the way, I mean, we're all saying this is pretty stupid, right? I think are we in agreement? Am I fucking crazy? Am I out of touch? I'm here to educate doubloononians on the law and how to follow it. I'm studying doubloon law. Can I be an intern? This is stupid, right? I think hopefully we're in agreement on that. Because I found out about this in the worst way possible through the fucking New York Times. I was reading the fucking New York Times to see if I could get some kind of update on the FTX situation, and I got a fucking highly paid reporter doing a fucking deep dive on doubloons. It's just D&D for TikTok kids? That's so sad. I'm here for whatever law-related problems you have, but it'll cost you 4 doubloons. Okay, the thing is, I don't think anyone here is. What makes me mad is also they don't know how to price anything. Okay, obviously the economy has gotten out of control immediately. If you are posting for 4 doubloons, you're working for negative money, basically. How long do you think before someone makes a doubloon crypto? Some sort of doubloon cat-based NFT. Do you think it's already happened, or do you think it's going to happen soon? Or, third option, do you think perhaps the NFTs are so dead they won't even do it? Oh, man. Okay, so we lost all our doubloons, but not Pocket in his replies who said, sorry, I have doubloon guards, theft repellent, and guard dogs also got on my side. I have a safety certificate. I can't be robbed. I have a guard dog from a video. Okay, all right. This is officially amazing. I'm telling FAFSA that y'all got... Okay. All right, back to the video. I'm sorry. I just was really... interested. Oh, is this the original?
Hello, traveler.
This is the original.
You have a long journey ahead of you, yes. Here, take 3 free doubloons for your troubles. Safe travels, friend. We'll meet again.
What a weird fucking... I'm stomach because I just don't... I'm trying to understand what was the appeal of this. Maybe it's just... Maybe there's a good side to it. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe I'm being too negative. It's a wait. That's not the original. Need factor partner. I have it. It's in title. Oh, got it. Okay. It's the friends we make along the way. Are people making friends through this? Is my real question. Is there any way I can see like the most viewed of all time, or is it already sorted by that? If you have ADHD, do not, and I repeat, do not get on this trend. It will become a hyperfixation. This app is no longer TikTok to me. It's the Dabloon app. Too late. I've only slept 1 hour in the past 2 days due to the Dabloon hyperfixation. My friend has a whole list of how many doubloons and random items she has. Everyone, here's the problem: if people were 13, I wouldn't even think anything of it. But everyone in these videos looks like they're fucking in their 20s. I'm trying to see. What is it? Sparring the pro fighter after his divorce. How does that have anything to do with the balloons?
Back down. No, I won't. Well, I won't.
They're just adding doubloons. They are actually, that made me so mad. As a person who's now deeply into doubloons, I hate when someone fucking ghost rides the hashtag for something completely unrelated. Robert Stacks, thank you for the gifted. We're getting smarter. We're getting smarter. You guys, let me tell you something. You got to get in the pits to really get smarter. You can't just be in your ivory tower. You got to get in the fucking streets. You got to see what's going on in the earth. Fucking huge population of people are investing all their time into a fictional TikTok-based currency. Okay? And if you don't understand that, not going to the balloon prison today. There's that's definitely more work than you've ever done for school. China is controlling the children with AI videos. Yeah, I wonder if they have doubloons on fucking Douyin, dude. You're just mad that we have more doubloons than you? I have 10 billion. Okay, so I'm eating good. All right, you guys. I think we're good. All right, I think we've really. I thought there might be a getting to the bottom of this, and I realized that I won't. There's just no understanding it. It's just some dumb thing that got popular. I would love to have summed it up with like a really poignant thought, but I feel like it's just oh shit. All right, well, everyone's set. Oh, we got robbed. Actually, we're fucking negative. TikTok Zoomers will do anything but homework. I mean, I didn't do homework either is the thing. I'm trying to think of what I was doing. And it wasn't even any better. Probably not, dude. Probably not. I don't think I was... I don't think I was... I was probably just fucking playing video games, dude. Which is... All right. Last thing.
Welcome to Dead Set.
Okay, I learned nothing. I'm officially dumber. All right, you know what? A good way to start Get Smarter Saturdays is by getting dumber at the beginning. So you have only one way to go, up. This is better than 12 Hours of League of Legends. It probably is. It probably is. I guess, you know, if you're just kind of imagining things and you're being creative, it's not that bad. It just feels... I mean, it's no more of a waste of time than League of Legends. I understand that. I understand that intuitively, but when you're playing League, you feel like you have a goal, you know? League gives you depression and anger issues where TikTok actively makes you dumber. I don't know if that actively makes you dumber. People are bored, man. Yeah, it's probably it. People are just bored. People are just bored, and it's fun to be a part of. Yeah. All right. That seems fine. Is that how we're going to agree? Can we agree on that? Is that the summation? People are bored, and it's fun to... to just indulge in fantasy. All right. At least they're learning Excel. Yeah, you're right. Then you should put that in your resume. If you're applying for like a data entry job, is that you were really big in the doubloons trend on TikTok. All right, well, let's learn about real money, which is, I'm assuming, slightly more relevant and intelligent than doubloons. Maybe not, though. Maybe IRL money is just a game of doubloons that was started long ago that we all took way too seriously. You ever think about that? Did that ever cross your mind? Did that ever wet your whistle?
How we thought about money before paper. If we go way back to the beginning of society, we find trade. Before early humans even really settled down, there's evidence that when we met, we exchanged things we had made or things we'd found. But as soon as humans started to cultivate the earth and form societies, we started to specialize, and that meant that we not only loved to trade, we had to. Now, often when we think of trade, we think of long-distance trade. We think of caravans loaded with exotic goods. But for our story, we have to talk about local trade. Because here's where we run into the problem of coincidence of wants. Or rather, we run into it everywhere, but if we fail to solve this problem at the local level, society breaks down, and we can't have the specialized trades we need to run anything beyond the smallest gathering of people.
Like, for example, I want... like a really shiny new skin for my gun in Valorant, and the CEO of Riot Games wants a new yacht. But we can't trade those things one-to-one because I don't have the yacht. So if only there was some kind of intermediary of exchange.
So, what is a coincidence of wants? It's the basis on which trade can exist. Let's say that I make shirts, and you grow food. Well, if you want a shirt and I want food, awesome, we can trade. But if I don't want your stupid food, or if you're all full up on shirts, well, we can't trade, can we? And that starts becoming a real problem for society if I want food but you don't want my shirts. Maybe I can find somebody with some third good that you do want, but that means that a lot of time is consumed by trading.
Right.
And if I can't find some other good you want to trade for, well, there's gonna be trouble. And this problem runs even deeper than we sometimes think about when you consider the lack of refrigeration and transportation. Imagine I'm a fisherman and you're a farmer, and let's say that we want to trade. Well, there's this problem. Your harvest only comes in once a year. I can't trade you for a harvest you don't have yet, and all of those extra fish I caught today are going to be pretty rotten by the time your harvest comes in.
Understood.
And while this may seem like a very specific example, trade for food was probably the most prevalent trade of the ancient world.
Yeah, you need
So
it.
we need to find a third good that we both want that we can trade for. But wouldn't it be convenient if there was some universal third good which everybody wanted?
So I want to ask a question. I think it's weird I don't know this. Let's say you lived in like ancient Rome, just for example. Stop. People are just saying the word doubloons. If you lived in ancient Rome and you were going to get food, you're an average regular person in the city. Do you buy in bulk from are you shopping every day? You're not storing the food. And you're not. You just starve. It was like a farmer's market, but you do it every day? They didn't DoorDash it. No, they didn't DoorDash it, is the thing. I know that's... You were there, why don't you tell us? I was busy in that time. Low-key part of why peeps are... Wait. Peeps that are about abolishing money confuse me? Yeah, you shouldn't abolish money. It's just... If you are well off, sure you bought it in bulk and the peasant ate as they could. I guess I just don't understand... Did they spend... Because did they have to reshop for food every day? I don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't get it. If they couldn't store it. Salt? You buy it every day. And then if you did buy it every day... Man, that just seems tough. That seems tough. They used... Yeah, what they should have done was use factor meals. Good point. Good point. What they should have done in ancient Rome was just get factor meals, dude. Because if you get a factor meal and create your own box with the meals of your choice, Examples like herb crusted chicken, sun dried tomato chicken, jalapeno popper burger, Indian butter chicken, and many, 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 many more. You can set up your own box, get 60% off your first box with code POG Atrioc60, and get it delivered to your house. And they get made in 2 minutes in your microwave. But actually, I really don't understand. Oh, hey, it's the Yule.
It's Yule dog.
Can they see her?
I don't know.
Yeah, they are. They can't see her.
Is she on the screen?
She's on the screen.
There's the Yule dog, and she doesn't like it. And she's tasting the air.
Wait, they had a lot of non-perishables like bread and honey. I was asking, how do you think the average ancient Roman, did they have to shop every day for food?
No, they I bet fresh veggies are really hard. You have to grow them yourself or something.
Yeah, apparently they had a lot of like bread and honey.
Yeah, because honey doesn't expire like ever.
Yeah, they would just have like that, and that's what they would eat most of their days, and then they would shop for like specials.
Yeah, or like make hardtack.
And then occasionally they would enjoy a nice factor meal.
Yeah, I love factor meal.
More Ari streams when?
Hashtag not an ad, because I do actually like it.
Yeah. I know. You always eat out my box.
Yeah. Hey, I ask you every time. You know,
Yeah, but when
I
I say no.
arm, babe.
Wow.
Well, you have man. But look at my man hands. You know? Yeah.
Hey, look, my hands are not that big.
But they're not, because look how big mine are, see?
Yeah.
They're the same size.
Well, they're not the same size.
Yeah, they're like huge. And like, look at my veins. Nurses love me. Look at this.
Nurses love you.
No, I'm serious. Anyone who works in medical, they'll know. Ask them.
Well,
look at this.
No, nurses don't love you just because
Yeah,
you have it
they
easier
do.
to
Look
produce.
at this.
That's not criteria for
Show
love.
it. Hey, show yours. Let's see them.
Well, my veins.
Oh my god, pathetic. You can't see them. Look at this. Wait, you have to like.
It's not pathetic.
It is. Look at mine. Like
It's not pathetic that my
every
veins
time-
aren't popping out. It doesn't mean anything. That's not pathetic.
It's actually pathetic because
Nurses
every time,
hate me.
No, every time I donate platelets, they're like, "Oh yeah, look at this juicy vein." I'm serious. I have a scar from so much needle poking.
Why would they poke you more?
No, because it's so often. I mean, because they're like, and then it's like I literally have like holes.
Doesn't make any sense.
And then
man.
sometimes they take it out wrong and it, like squirts everywhere.
Yeah. That is tragic.
Seriously, new nickname is Brandon Pathetic Veins because I've never seen like look at this. They'd have to like
Hey,
tie.
we don't need any more nicknames.
They'd have to
You're
tie
well
the rubber
aware.
band and like squeeze
that
it for
we do.
hours just to like have any
If
semblance.
they find my veins, just fine. Okay.
Wait, let me see your
There's
right hand.
no issue with my veins. If they wanted to
is
fucking,
so pathetic.
if
Look
I
at
wanted to
this.
do fucking meth
There's
right now,
nothing. Like, you
or
literally
if I,
can't even shoot up heroin. 'cause
if
you're
I
so
wanted to shoot
pathetic.
up heroin, I
Hey,
could
look at my
easily. I
veins.
could easily shoot up heroin. All right, I have no problem doing that.
Yeah, see, they get it. They get it.
I could
Hey, look
easily
at-
shoot up a lot. I could shoot up so much heroin you guys don't even understand. Oh my god, I'd be fucking overflowing with heroin. It would be the easiest fucking hit.
Man, these emojis are fun. Yeah, but anyone who works even a semblance of medical, they'll understand.
No,
Yeah.
dude, no.
Yeah, you gotta show. You gotta stand up and show.
I'm not gonna stand up and show them my fucking veins. There's
Yeah.
plenty of you can
No,
see
you
the
gotta do
veins.
your right arm because it's like more. Even your right arm is like. Wait, I can't. I can't compare.
Yeah.
Like,
The point
wow.
is, I got
Anyway, yeah.
heroin wouldn't even approach you.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
All right. Well, thanks, babe. Thank you for that. That's gonna really stick around. And I guess we're all agreeing to never speak of that again. Oh wow, my wife can do heroin better than me. Oh, big fucking shocker, dude. I could if I wanted to. By the way, it's like not even a problem. Hey, what about money though?
And would trade for, so we didn't have to do some long chain of bartering every time we wanted something. Enter money. All money
money!
is a third good that doesn't spoil and that we all agree has value, thus becoming
Yeah.
a unit of exchange, an intermediary good by which all other goods can be traded. And while we often think of coins made of precious metals for this purpose, the truth is, so long as it's durable enough and hard enough to procure, anything can serve as money. Tangent time. Turns out we have used a lot of weird stuff as money over our history. For example, cattle have often served as money. I mean, they're fairly durable, they last for years, they're practical, and they're reasonably scarce. When Europeans arrived in the Americas, alcohol often served as currency. You could literally drink your paycheck. Cigarettes have often become money of prisons and POW camps.
Like amongst each other or like to the Native Americans? Did we trade alcohol to the Native Americans for real goods and services? That seems like a scam. That seems like not good. We did that a lot. Yes. Yep, all the time. Yep, true. It was Poggies. That's like the nicest things we did. All right, well, Mr. Canada. Yeah, okay. Listen, I don't know if you know this about Thanksgiving, but it is proof that here in America, the Pilgrims and the Native Americans got along 100%. There was no problems, and they all sat around the Thanksgiving gourd and ate Factor meals. Up in Canada, you guys traded alcohol and all sorts of whatnot. Godless heathens up there did whatever, okay? But here, in the good old US of A, we had no problems, and everything went smoothly, and everyone was friendly, and everyone enjoyed tasty, delicious Factor meals. Code POGATRACK60. If you want a tasty, delicious meal, much like our forefathers. I'm a pilgrim, it's true. Canada, so true. All right, let's see what happened in the Zhao Dynasty, though.
Back in ancient China, money in the shape of tools and then knives became some of the first examples of precious metal money. And, my personal favorite, on the island of Yap, gigantic limestone donuts serve as money.
That's kind of
They are so huge that once they are brought to the island, no one even moves them. They just...
Why make them huge? Okay, you were so close. You invented a medium of exchange that people could use to trade for goods, but you made them impossible to move. Why? Why make them gigantic? It's the biggest L at the... Can't steal them easy, but you also can't use them easy. Hard to counterfeit, big brain. Okay. You know what? I actually don't have a counter to that. They are harder to counterfeit. Why don't we make real money fucking weigh 100 pounds and be as big as a kite? That would be harder to counterfeit. It was the first blockchain, so everyone... Okay, you're timed out. Stupid. I lost your name, but I would have timed you out. I would have timed you out for that fucking stupid ass, pun ass message.
Just remember who owns which ones. In fact, all of these stones had to be quarried off-island because there's no naturally occurring limestone on Yap. And once, when a crew was coming back from a quarrying expedition, a storm hit and sent their stone to the bottom of the ocean. But the crew survived and told everybody what had happened, and the islanders decided that, it still counted. So, to this day, somebody owns that giant piece of stone money at the bottom of the sea. And even though it's not really in use...
That's actually super hype. It's actually super fucking hype. Everyone just said, yeah, it's chill. Yeah, all right. You're good for it. It's a literal NFT, dude.
Today, for hundreds of years, that stone was used to buy and sell things, even though no one had ever seen it. Giving Yap, in some ways, one of the most forward-thinking monetary systems before the modern era.
Yeah, legitimately.
But if we want to talk about the king of them all, the form of money that has been used the longest and over the widest expanse of the globe, we have to talk about one thing. Nope, not gold, although, in fairness, that's what I would have guessed too. Nope, it's the cowrie shell. It's durable, impossible to counterfeit, and without modern harvesting techniques, it's not so easy to acquire that inflation will run rampant. Anyway, tangent over, back on target. We have lots of different possible types
Don't go off on that. Wait, what? What is the cowrie shell? How do you spell it? Cowrie shell as currency. What the hell? Shell money. It's not Shell Corporation, Shell money. A medium of exchange similar to coin money and other forms of commodity money that was much used in many parts of the world. Bro, it doesn't make sense because no job would be more profitable, I assume, than just going hunting for shells. If shells are literally money, then there's literally a money tree at the bottom of the ocean. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why would anyone do anything but that? Invest in shell now. I guess I don't understand. Although theoretically, actually, that's probably wrong. Actually, I'm dead wrong. Right? Because that's like Jeff, like imagine if an actual money tree did exist. It would not be worth Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos' time to pick the money tree. There could be a literal tree that grew $100 bills, and it would be inefficient use of Jeff Bezos' time to spend all day he would make less money. That's actually crazy. Also, gold mines exist. Yeah, that's fact, but that's a little different. Is this not crypto mining? No, it's not. In what form is this crypto mining? In China, calories were so important that many characteristics related to money or trade in the character of a calorie. Wow, interesting. So it's used all over, huh? That's interesting. The trade was extremely lucrative. Damn, there had to be some country where these were just easy to find. Timbuktu. The king's revenue was estimated at 30 million shells, with every adult male being required to pay annually 1,000 shells for himself, 1,000 for every pack ox, and 2,000 for every slave. That's good to hear. Why double? That doesn't make sense. What the hell? Giga Chad 30 million shells. How do you... Man, it's interesting. I didn't know any of this. All right. Coastal Elite. Damn, good one. It gives a whole new meaning to Coastal Elite. Oh, that's actually fire. I give you a +1 for the day, Tiberium Matt. That's actually fucking clever, dude. Holy fuck. I'm saving that. Next time shell money comes up in casual conversation, I'm dropping that joke, and I'm going to think I saw it on the spot. That's very funny. That's true of any resource found in the natural world. Some countries are rich in gold, some are oil rich, and some are shell rich. Yeah, what's unique about oil and gold is, well, I guess not gold as much, but they have productive capacities. Being rich in oil it makes sense where they can trade it for. But being rich it's like being rich in dollar. And like, it's being rich in currency. The currency is just there, which is kind of what the U.S. government has right now, which is the national reserve currency or the world reserve currency. And they can just print it. It just happens to appear only in America where they can print it. So it's kind of like we have a shell factory.
Of pre-modern money, including the gold and silver coins that we so often think of when
gold is basically the same, though gold at least has some value in electronics and stuff, right? It also just looks nice compared to shells.
we think of money of the past. But all of these different types of money have one thing in common. They are what we call commodity money, because their value is in the commodity themselves. Even cowries were seen as rare and beautiful and could be used for jewelry and the like, and so were thought of as having intrinsic value, the same way we feel gold has an intrinsic value for its scarcity and its uses. Now that makes a lot of sense for a currency.
I wonder, sorry, just to go on this, but I wonder if, like, because you've seen shells, right? You go to the beach to pick up shells. There's a drastic variance in quality. Like, one shell might be, like, super beautiful, big, nice honker of a shell with, like, ridges and swirls and very smooth. And one might be, like, chunked up piece of shit. How do they count them as one per? That seems whack. If I have a really sick shell, I wouldn't want to trade it for... It's a specific kind of shell. Bro, it's not those shells. No, I mean, it's the little tiny ones, right? But it's still... Cowrie shells are a specific type of shells. Let me see what it is. cowrie shell. It's specifically, wow, you're right. It actually is a very specific type of shell. It's like, they all look the same. Oh, I thought there was a little more variance. No, these are legitimately like all the fucking same. No, wait a minute. No, fuck off. I'm right. Dumbass. Look at these. Are these all cowrie shells? If so, I certainly would rather have like this fucking chonker gold one than like this one. Do you know what I'm saying? There should be a variance in value. And that creates a real problem for me.
It feels secure and reasonable. You can trust to the worth of that gold coin in your hand. I mean, after all, if you're used to trading one thing for another, why would you ever trade something valuable like a horse for something worthless like a pile of paper? But for gold or for cowries, well, that's another story. But when your economy grows, this system starts showing some of its limits. For one thing, commodity money is heavy. If you're doing massive deals, it gets really hard to transport, and it's risky to transport.
Elon Musk buying Twitter with 42 billion cowrie shells. Just endless dump trucks of calories fucking barreling down San Francisco streets. That'd be sick. That'd be fucking hype, dude.
Across lawless lands. Commodity money is also often subject to debasing, where somebody, usually the person who should be responsible for making sure the currency maintains its value, waters down the whiskey or takes a gold coin, melts it down, and reforges it with a bit less gold in it, and passes it off as worth the same amount.
This is what like Rome did at the end of its power. As inflation started to rise or whatever, they started to dilute their currency, literally, with less actual gold and silver in it. And it led to a lack of trust in the entire economy. Yeah, coin shaving down the bits, and then melting them all into a new coin.
But more than anything, when you get to gigantic economies, the very scarcity that makes commodity money seem to have value becomes your enemy. Like, let's take gold and silver. What happens when your economy grows to the point where you just can't get enough of it? We actually saw the effects of this in our episode on the Opium Wars, where so much English silver was ending up in China in exchange for tea, it was actually causing inflation and hampering basic economic transactions at home. And this really comes into effect when we get to more modern government finance and the financing of war. What happens to a nation when it has to make a sudden drastic uptick in its spending but can't get enough specie to cover its cost, even from those who are willing to lend? As I am sure we will see in future Extra History episodes, it plays havoc with an economy, and even the ability to prosecute a war. And the reverse of this is true as well. Currencies based on scarcity are often subject to changes in the scarcity of the commodity on which they're based, which can be trouble when somebody finds a lot more of your currency commodity. When Spain started to import massive amounts of silver and gold from the Americas, all the precious metal-based currency in Europe started to suffer from inflation. After all those gold coins weren't worth nearly as much since somebody had just dumped a huge new pile of gold on European shores.
Interesting.
And as a government, or even a financial sector, when someone digging up a new pile of minerals means that you can't control your own fiscal policy, that's bad news. But those disadvantages are only easy to see if you're a head of state or working on the largest scale transactions.
Which they don't.
If you're just some average person in the streets, when some well-to-do says that they want to take your grain in exchange for this nice slip of... is that paper? Well, you would be forgiven for thinking that you smell a rat. Join us next time as we finally delve into the origins of paper money, and
I'm kind of interested.
Start to address this problem of people fearing to give up their outdated gold.
I'm interested. Do we continue? I kind of want to I want to do part 2. I think it's pretty good. I'm interested. But I'm down if people are not feeling it at all. Hollow Rich, thank you for the Prime. Spiper, thank you for the wow, thanks for the gifties. She's a thank you for the tier 1. Asahi Kai, thank you for the 9 months. Tromps, thank you for the 17 months. Creative Tommy, thank you for the 19 months. Joe Abunga, thank you for the 25 months. Icon Willie, thank you for the 23 months. Icon Willie, long time. ICR Lucas, thank you for the 14. First time watching your content. I'm a big fan so far. You are a 14-month subscriber. And your last message, of which you have plenty, was... Dude, actually, wait, what? Big A watches porn for the plot. It's like 6 months ago. You actually don't watch that much for a 14-month subscriber. You come in, you spam one a lot, and then your last real message was Big A watches porn for the plot. And then you said you watched the full Last of Us VODs, which is like the first thing I ever did. Damn, you are a very unique chatter. By the way, I do, because there's actually a really in-depth plot to a lot of these things. I'm not really into the whole sex stuff. I think it's gross. But, you know, a lot of great stories are being told in the porn industry that people don't really know about. Robert Stacks Unsolved, thank you for the 10 gifties. It's kind of like when you watch a, you watch like one of those TikToks that recaps movies in, 10 minutes or whatever. It's like that, because if you watch a porn movie and skip all the porn parts, it's like you get a full movie's plot, but in like 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Because I just keep skipping and I just get the plot parts. So there's not much of those. All right, let me see part 2.
While there's little truth to the idea that Marco Polo brought pasta to Italy from the East, there's another marvel that the book about his travels popularized. It was an idea, a radical one, which is perhaps best summarized by the very title of the chapter that discusses it. For in the Book of the Marvels of...
Jacob, thank you for the sub. Sorry if I missed it. They never show them eating the pizza. Lots of movies about plumbers. Yeah.
The world, or as we know it, the travels of Marco Polo, there's a chapter titled, How the Great Khan Caused the Bark of Trees, made into something like paper, to pass for money throughout his realm.
Whoa. Wait, Genghis Khan invented paper money?
In ancient China, they invented a coinage system, where the coins had holes punched in them. So if you needed to measure out large denominations, you could just run a string through the center of the coins, and a particular length of string would hold 100 or 1,000 at once.
That's actually
But
sick.
over time, the economy evolved,
Pretty
transactions got bigger, and merchants found themselves...
Man, it just feels like everything, there's so much fraud opportunity. Right? Because like I would just make my 1,000 coin string a little shorter. And I'd be like, yeah, here's a rack, dude. But it's probably like 850. You know what I'm saying? And you can't really eyeball it. You just, it's a longer string. It's an 850, it's a 1,000 coin string. And it's full up. And when thankfully in our modern day currency system with dollars, there's no fraud at all. You know what I'm saying? We've evolved past fraud. So thank God for that. And then in the future, we can get to a full on decentralized finance like crypto, where there really is never, ever, ever fraud, like totally fraud proof, which will be really great. So I'm really excited for that bright future that we're headed into.
Needing tens or hundreds of thousands of coins to complete transactions. And of course, a strand of 1,000 of these weighed about 10.
If they count it up and yours is shorter, they'll cut your head off. Nah, see? Because if I have an 850 coin that I'm passing as 1,000 and they actually take the time to count it, I'll do this. Oopsie! And then I'm all good. So you didn't think about that. Kind of stupid on your part.
In pounds already, so it became a real pain in the neck to transport them. So the government started saying, how about we pay you pieces of paper that have the amount of coins we owe you written on them, and you can come pick up your coins at the Capitol whenever you want your money. And since the government bought a lot of things...
Set him free. The judge. Wait. Set him free. He's clearly made a mistake. This man has made a good faith error. Who are we to cast the first stone here? He made an oopsie. Let him walk. Is that only 850? Excuse me.
These paper slips started being circulated everywhere. Soon, merchants realized that these slips of paper were always good, that they could be turned in at the Capitol for however much was written on them whenever they wanted. So heck, why even go to the trouble of turning them in? Why not just trade the slips of paper to other merchants for their goods? Thus, the merchants began using these promissory notes, or essentially government IOUs, as money. And then the government caught on and simply started printing up money. So by the time we got the travels of Marco Polo, paper money was widespread, and this idea started to catch on even outside of China. Sometimes with...
China invented paper money? Actually goated. Shout out to China. Pretty smart. Pretty sick. I got chills. Atrioc, 850, Crazy 925. Did you hear the video? If Sam Bankman-Fried drops an oopsie. Dude, I'm going to talk about it. Again, I have been building something. I'm working on something. It'll be a little late, but it'll be good. I've been working on a thing about FTX, and I am truly, truly stunned that he's not in jail right now. It makes my blood boil a little bit. The more you read about it, this guy, anyway, he's a bad person. But if you drop an oopsie, he might be okay. The Veil is linking me a video, but we are finishing this video, but I'll check it out perhaps. If it's your Marketing Monday, maybe, but it might be. I might just watch the beginning, Veil, because I just want to see the impression, but it might be a little long for this. That being said, I saw your thumbnail was pretty funny. Okay.
Little success, like when Gekatu, the corrupt Ikan of the Middle East, tried to introduce paper money after he'd already splurged the royal money, and had his economy collapse to a cow plague. He basically fell prey to the misconception that simply printing money was literally a way to print money. Needless to say, he was promptly strangled with a bowstring. But sometimes, in other places, the idea started to take stronger hold, especially Italy. The Italian city-states had already been playing with this idea a little. They were the economic dynamos of Europe, and the first truly great trade.
It's crazy if you look back at how many centuries and centuries of financial schemes and fraud and mistakes and errors and misuse and corruption has existed and been slowly chipped away at, solved, new things come through, all for it to start again from ground zero with crypto. Like every single thing that we ended up having to make a regulation for, they ignored and then had to deal with the exact same problems. It just replayed, but in like hyper speed. It's really funny because it's almost like 1,000 years of financial errors, but done in like a fucking 1 or 2 year period. I don't know. It's very interesting to look into.
Trading cities on the continent since the ancient world. They were also basically always at war. This made carrying around great heaping piles of cash a wee bit of a danger. So the merchants came up with a new system, influenced by the tales from China. At first, they began simply issuing promissory notes, basically IOUs. Merchants would get to a new town and stock up on supplies and trade goods, but rather than carrying the cash to pay for them across dangerous country, they would just give the seller an IOU, often backed by a very famous or wealthy merchant, promising to pay for the goods at a later date. But here's the trick. To keep anybody from having to haul all that money around, the merchant wouldn't ever actually end up paying the seller directly. Instead, he would just pay a bank in his hometown. Here's how it would work. The merchant selling the goods would take the promissory note he got for them to his local bank, which he had access to, unlike most of Europe, because the Crusades had accidentally created modern banking. Why let a little crusade get in the way of a good story about fiscal instruments? So, he would take the note down to the bank.
Okay, he's going kind of fast here. I want to make sure I'm still following. By the way, the original impetus for this was carrying a bunch of gold, you get hit with pirates. Can't the pirates just take the IOU to the bank? Or I think they're too piratey to get in? Couldn't the pirates just even easier haul that off your ship and then fucking yoink, skroink?
And cash it in for slightly less than its face value. Basically, the bank was buying the note from him for some amount less than it was worth. Then the bank, which would have branches in other cities, would send a rider with a stack of these notes out to whatever specific city those notes had originally come from. When the rider got to the city, he would hand them to the local branch of the bank, and then the local branch would go collect from the merchant who had bought the goods. So the merchant could pay for goods in a far-off location by paying his local bank after the fact. A pretty huge step forward for commerce. But what if the bank didn't have a branch in the merchant's hometown? Well, then the bank would just sell the promissory note to another bank that did have one there. So these promissory notes sort of started to take on a value of their own. People started trading these notes, and soon the banks got in on the action and just let you take out notes from the bank itself if you had the deposits to cover it.
Okay.
But this didn't reach its full form for quite some time. Fast forward about 300 years and move halfway across the continent to the little island hanging off of Italy's side. The year is 1640.
Good
The
year.
never popular
Good
Charles
year.
I's monarchy is deeply in debt. He had gotten into a tiff with the parliament and basically
When I read my history, almost every fucking monarchy ends up deeply in debt. I can't think of a single time, or just like I can count on one hand maybe the number of times I read about a historical society or so king, and it's like, oh yeah, the coffers were full. It's like never that they're always overspending.
disbanded it for over a decade. But, according to English law, Parliament is the only group allowed to levy taxes, which you do need when you're a king and flat broke. But not Charles. No. He had all sorts of crazy schemes for bringing in money without calling on Parliament. So miffed he was at them. And in 1640, we have one fine example. He just seized all the money in the mint. And this is kind of a big deal because it wasn't his money in the mint. All the merchants and the goldsmiths of London deposited their hard currency at the mint, just as a place to store it. So the king just picked up all that cash and declared it to be another one of his ever-popular forced loans. And then he proceeded to also seize all of the East India Company's pepper, just to add a strange, if somewhat delectable twist to this tale. Needless to say, his head was promptly separated from his body, which...
Yeah, bro. I mean, that'll get you. That'll do you in. You take everybody's money from the bank. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's pretty much the only thing guaranteed to rile up everybody. That'll get your head chopped. You know what I'm saying? When you read about how, like, autocratic leaders, kind of like Putin, maintain power, is they actually do make some people happy. It's just a small privileged few that it's like a chain that helps keep the people under them down. But if they lose the trust of those people there, that's when they get fucking kicked out or killed. And yeah, I think if you just take every single person's money, including all of the wealthy merchants, then there's not really any allies left on your side.
Which leaves us in the aftermath with a bunch of merchants and goldsmiths. The merchants and goldsmiths got together, and the goldsmiths basically said, look, we have these giant vaults for storing all of our gold. If you want to pay us a small amount, you can rent a corner of the vault to put all of your money in. This rapidly evolved to the goldsmiths paying people small amounts of interest to leave their money with them in exchange for the right to lend it out. This basically made them into banks.
Wow.
And in their capacity as banks, when people would deposit their money, the goldsmiths would basically give the depositor a receipt, which they could turn back in to claim their money. But soon, these goldsmiths made a pivotal switch. They changed from making out receipts, which could only be redeemed by the person who originally made the deposit, to also offering receipts that could be redeemed by whomever held them.
Oh.
This allowed people to start using their receipts as currency. Rather than pay for something with a pile of coins, why not just put that pile of coins in the bank and pay for stuff with these far more convenient receipts? Of course, as soon as they started doing this, people began to ask for multiple receipts in small, regular denominations. So you'd go to the bank, you'd drop off 20 quid, and ask the nice fellow at the register to give you 20 receipts for £1 apiece, so that you could go out and buy some vegetables or something with them. As soon as you do that, you basically have the banknote,
Nice.
the fundamental form of paper money. And the goldsmiths were clever folk. They started to notice the funny thing about banknotes. These banknotes were starting to get passed around from hand to hand without often getting handed back in at the bank, which meant that the bankers could keep playing around with the money those notes were supposed to represent even as they circulated through the markets. After all, so long as everybody doesn't try to turn in their banknotes at once, the bank...
Yikes! Oh, interesting. Very similar to what's going on right now.
bank can lend more money than it actually has in its vaults. While one banknote is circulating its way from hand to hand, the bank can use the coins that note represents to cover somebody else turning their banknote in. And thus, fractional reserve banking was born, instantly expanding the money supply of England. But not without introducing some dangers.
Yeah.
Join us next time as we move from these Wild West beginnings to the even wilder West personas that attempted to make paper money official.
Part 3!
In the last episode,
If If only SBF had seen this video. Well, to be clear, this is sort of what happened to bring about the immediate downfall of FTX. But in FTX's case, there was also rampant fraud. It's not just like a business model where they're kind of lending out, more than is in the actual vault. It's like he's literally embezzling money for personal accounts, embezzling money for other companies.
We got to the ad hoc, unofficial beginnings of paper money. This week, we look at some of the rogues gallery that really created the intellectual argument for adopting paper money in some more official way. When we last...
Just ignore the fraud and it'll be fine. That's what he's been arguing on his Twitter. SBF, who should be in fucking jail, is on Twitter arguing that, yeah, don't really worry about the fraud. The point is, if I didn't declare bankruptcy, we'd be all good. If I could just keep the scheme going, it's literally and figuratively fraud. Let's see. Okay, part three.
Left off in England in 1640, the first unofficial banknotes were starting to circulate. But in the early 1660s in Stockholm, the first semi-official banknotes, the first banknotes from what we might think of as a central bank, the first banknotes that really started to replace a hard currency, began to appear. But with those banknotes come the problem of unregulated fractional reserve banking. Remember how we mentioned that the goldsmiths of London realized that using banknotes they could actually lend out more money than they had gold or silver to cover?
Clever.
Well, in Stockholm, they really went to town. Soon, there were so many banknotes out there that people couldn't help but notice. And as soon as people noticed, everybody rushed to the bank to get their banknotes turned back into coins, which, of course, they couldn't do. And there goes the Swedish economy. So clearly there were still some kinks to work out with these newfangled banknotes. Now let's hop back to England, one civil war and half a dozen other wars after Charles I so politely jump-started this whole banking thing with that forced loan of his. The year is 1695. The English have just gotten themselves kicked around in the Channel by the French, and if we know anything about history, we know that that will never do. So the English establish a central bank, the Bank of England, to raise money and to help the government pay to refit the navy. As part of this, they issued banknotes. But the idea of banknotes and their role in the economy had been a topic of debate in England for a few years, which leads us to the first of our roguish economic theorists, and yes, this is his real name, Nicholas, if Jesus Christ had not died for thee, thou hadst been damned, Barebone, who, for obvious reasons...
Is that his portrait? Holy fuck! This is a real person? He's got the actual Giga Chad chin? If Jesus Christ had not died for thee, thou hadst been damned. Also, Nicholas Barebone is already a good name as it is.
Went by the name Nicholas Barbon. Nicholas Barbon's father was, praise God, Barebone. Yes, really. Who will surely make an appearance in episodes covering the English Civil War. Nick Barbon started his career as a doctor, getting his degree from the University of Utrecht and joining the Royal College of Physicians. Cool. But this trade had too much saving people and too little amassing vast quantities of wealth. So Nicholas turned instead to real estate and construction. Luckily, he hit a break when, in 1666, the Great Fire of London swept through and incinerated about 13,000...
Dude, that's so fucking... Isn't that a great break? Isn't that lucky when you're trying to get into real estate and then fucking tens of thousands of people die and their buildings are burned to the ground? It's like God is good. You know what I'm saying? God looks out for his strongest soldiers. You love to see it. Yeah, it just feels like a lucky
1,000
good
homes
day.
And left about a sixth of the city homeless. Huzzah! This, of course, was seen as a great opportunity by Barbin, who would rebuild most of London and even, very illegally, reshape it.
Love that.
If you've ever been to the western parts of the Strand or Bloomsbury, those areas basically exist because Barbin didn't listen to any of the restrictions that said that you couldn't build between London and Westminster. After all, as he saw it, that's where the open land was, where easier to build. I mean, yeah, it's open because it's illegal to build there, but what are they gonna do, tear down the houses he just built? They're already built, deal with it. And from there, the sky was the limit. Barbin first got into the reputable business of selling fire insurance in a town that had just burnt down. After that, he realized that he could invent the mortgage.
Oh,
I mean, I can't
shit.
say that he was absolutely the first person to really invent the modern mortgage, but he certainly was the first major player to do so in England. He created the National Land Bank and began to issue loans secured by people's homes or property. He followed that up with a few stints in Parliament, largely to avoid prosecution. Then he retired to write some books. And it's really the books that we
What
are
an
interested in,
interesting
and
fellow.
the thoughts he put in them. Because while I have been joking about his wild and rapacious greed, he was highly intelligent, and it's kinda hard to write him off as evil. All of these things he did actually ended up having positive effects, and his writing sort of shows that he knew that. Insuring people against fire provided him with a guaranteed profit, but also created a great deal more stability for the English economy.
Okay.
Fires were still a major issue, but no longer would they be a massive economic displacement. Instead, everybody would put some money into the pot to bail out whoever lost their home or trade
Man.
to a fire, and
Yeah, the concept of insurance is not necessarily a bad one. It's just, many modern insurance companies, because they're so for profit, are basically designed to not pay out claimants. They try to pay out as few as legally possible and do everything they can to skirt and change the laws so they don't have to pay you out. So I don't know if this guy did that, but like that's why people have a problem with it.
he would skim a little from the top. Great for the economy. And mortgages? While we might today think of them as the bank's way of keeping us down, so much of England's wealth was locked up in real estate that it was a huge drag to the national economy. When people bought a house, that money just stayed locked up in that house. It didn't circulate through the economy, it didn't help to finance businesses, it just sat there until somebody generations later decided to sell it. But with the idea of the mortgage, the single biggest asset that most people owned was now freed up to help drive the economy. Instead of the seller simply getting a pile of cash and the buyer getting an unspendable house, the mortgage freed up that value. You could now spend your house and live in it too, meaning that that money could circulate through the economy.
That is an incredibly positive spin to put on it, because if that person does do that and then goes through hard times or buys something that depreciates in value or loses their job or whatever, and they can't make that payment, then they lose the house. You know what I'm saying? That's when you show up and kick them out and take the keys. Yeah, I mean, there's facts here, but that's like a lot of people right now in today modern economy. People are doing what's the term for it? Like reverse repo or reverse mortgage or whatever, where you sort of take money out of the equity of your house, so you own less of your house, but you get money now, and then they get easy refinancing. It's not really refinancing though. It's like a home equity loan or something. Basically you give up control of your house and then they give you some money, which is fine if you're a retiree about to die, but for a lot of people, like, it could lead to them losing their houses they thought they owned. HELOC, that's what it is. That is exactly what it is. It's HELOC.
Economy again and again. And Barbin was also, of course, one of the first people to decouple morality and spending. Which totally sounds evil, I admit, but up until this point, a lot of the writing on money was written by the church, basically arguing that everybody live the simplest life possible. And that's probably good advice in a lot of ways, but it doesn't make for a dynamic economy. Barbin argued for fashion and innovation, because they get people to buy new goods before they've fully consumed the previous goods, thereby creating demand. And while we're not to Adam Smith yet, the basic concept that demand creates supply and grows the economy is there in Barbin's work. But for us, his most important work is probably his arguments against mercantilism. Mercantilism was the driving political and economic theory in most of Europe in Barbin's day. Basically, it sort of saw nations as being in a state of perpetual economic war. The goal for any nation was to get as much literal gold and silver as it
Hog.
could for itself, and try not to give any to anybody else. In a broader sense, the object was to have your state be self-sustaining, importing as little as possible while exporting as much as you could. Colonies existed to feed the mother country, and weren't allowed to trade with any country other than their colonial power. And when imports had to be made, the goal was to only import raw materials, so that they could be turned into more valuable finished goods in your country. And while today we see a lot of reasons why every country trying to produce every type of good is a terrible idea, in some
So what's funny is like this is the old way of thinking, and it was out of date, and then we've shifted over the past centuries into a more global way of looking at it, where every country trying to do everything makes no sense, and there's specific producers. But what's funny is right now, as in literally in the past few years, like specifically right now, there is a trend called like basically friend shoring, where we're kind of going back to this in a way, because there's so much risk in having tons of your supply chain in nations that you might be adversarial with, like China and the United States. And so, like, we're trying to make it so almost every country that you are friends with, you can make everything you need. Like, for example, if you're in Europe and you rely on Russian gas or Russian oil, that's a problem. And under, globalism and the previous way of doing it, that we can see it as not a problem because they're good at making that stuff and you're good at making this stuff. And so you should just focus on what you're good at. But right now it's like, it doesn't matter what we're good at. We just need like access to important resources that are completely under our control and don't rely on important. So that's it's happening right now. And like, a lot of production that was in China is moving out of China because there's worries. Like Apple's moving iPad production to India. It's just interesting.
ways, mercantilism makes a lot more sense when you think of economies based on commodity money, like gold or silver. After all, if your entire economy is based on gold and silver, then your economy can literally only be as big as the amount of gold and silver you have. While many were starting to see this dilemma, Barbin cut to the heart of it. He basically said that even gold and silver don't have innate value. They are just worth whatever the market values them at. So instead of stockpiling more gold and silver to grow your economy, why don't you just get rid of gold and silver entirely and move to paper money? But these ideas of Barbin's are only the beginning of the intellectual groundwork that will see a world accept slips of paper in exchange for a loaf of bread, a cell phone, or a house. Join us next time and we will witness somebody else try to put their own theories on paper money into practice on the grandest scale.
I'm doing part 4. The first crypto bro. No, he's not a crypto bro. The real problem comes when we finish that and are not reliant on our enemies and them on us, because that's when World War III starts. Yeah, that's a real problem. Is that, you know, one of the things that has led to like the last 60 plus years of total global peace, or not, I mean, there's a war in Ukraine right now, but we've been in a general era of peace since the end of World War II. Is that all the major economies of the world are interconnected so deeply that it's hard for them to actually go to war with each other if they're major states. And, you know, once we return to isolationism a little bit, then that's like the last limiting factor that could lead to total war. So, you know, that's the downside. Yeah, peace. No, literally. I know that there actually have been wars, obviously, since World War II. But as a whole, it's been an era of general global peace compared to all previous eras. And especially among major states. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's been a lot of bullying by big states on small states, but yeah, nukes, of course, but yeah.
Tis the gift to be simple, tis the gift to be free, tis the gift to come down to where we are to be.
Oh, part 4. Oh, fuck.
Last we left off, paper money doctrine was just starting to be established, with people like Nicholas Barbin beginning to explore the radical idea that gold and silver didn't have any inherent value, only the value we gave them. Which leads inevitably to the argument that, in using gold and silver, we tied ourselves to a system that has all the disadvantages of a commodity currency without really securing for ourselves anything more tangible than what we'd get with paper bills. Today, we get to watch what happens the first time someone really tries to put paper money doctrine into practice.
Okay.
John Law, the son of wealthy Scottish goldsmiths turned bankers. Until his 17th year,
name's
he
John
followed the
Law?
family trade. But when his father died, he decided that banking was too honest of an employment for
That's
him
insane.
and moved to the seedier side of London. There, he rapidly found that women and cards were far more to his liking than ledgers and receipts.
Take it, Chad.
He lived it up as the rake and rogue of lower London. But between the fast women, the high fashion, and the low cards, he more than once ended up having to run home and ask mom for a
not so much of
loan
a
just
Chad
to
at all.
get by. But it all came to a head one foggy evening in Bloomsbury Square. Law had a rival for one of his lady loves. A drunken quarrel turned into a duel.
Oh no, Maya got burned.
Maya got burned.
She got all
So
burnt
burned
up. Oh no.
Can you see her?
She's all covered in soot.
She went down the chimney. Wait, I can't even see anything.
Oh no, she's all toasted up.
This is toasted dog. Makes you so heavy. Okay, should I put her down now?
Yeah, you might have to. She's gonna break
Yeah,
your
she's
arm.
very
She's
upset.
so heavy.
She's so heavy,
This can't be
dog.
Maya because she's too chunky.
She's a chunker.
This is
dog.
Maya's sister Sabine.
Yeah.
She's visiting from Mexico.
Yeah, she's a very bean dog.
She's like the thickest fucking dog.
Yeah, she's
Fucking
quite thick.
So heavy.
Smells good though.
She's like as dense as tungsten.
She's a neutron star in density. Yeah. My dad calls her the brick.
All right.
Yeah.
Ow! Oh! Ow!
Oh, it's a bean. Here's the content cat.
Not a content cat, babe.
And here's Toots. Toots is
No,
here.
he's not a content cat.
Look at the beautiful Tooter Dooter.
Hey, Chevster.
It's Chevy Duty.
Hey, Chevy Duty.
All right, he doesn't
He
like
doesn't like it. He's done with it.
Alright.
He's not feeling it. That dog is a brick, let me tell you. I got in bed last night and that dog was in my spot and he just wouldn't, she just wouldn't fucking move. All right, let's see.
Blades were drawn.
He's got a duel.
A step, a thrust, one man fell, red between the pavers. Before he could flee, Law was apprehended. He was hauled before...
Bro, if duels were still real, Twitch streamers would be killing each other left and fucking right. If duels were real, there would be one getting fucking 100K viewers every day on Twitch and people would be dying all the fucking time. It would be content for sure. I'd be watching what I say for sure. Yeah, I'd be a little more careful. You know what, Trainwrecks? You keep on gambling, brother. You know what, brother? It's all good.
the famous hanging
I ain't
judge,
trying to fucking-
Salathiel Lovell, and sentenced to death. As he awaited the gallows, though, his friends and benefactors got his sentence commuted to manslaughter, and he was slapped with a fine and released. But the family of his...
Duels are legal in Texas. It's called Mutual Combat. Could you stream it, though? Valkyrie versus Atrioc duel. She's not trying to duel me. Valkyrie is very happy that I leaked. You guys understand. An acoustic dog, I think, for the 15 months. Chanda, I think, for the 10 months. Miratech, I think, for the 18 months. My sub is old enough to be drafted now. 18 months is not 18 years, but thank you for the sub. You don't seem to understand it. Don't copium me. I'm not fucking copious. It's not even fucking... It's not even up for debate. It's not a question. You think she wants to be in that Reflect contract? Thank you, Kitten Warlock for 24 and BitX Game for 24. All right.
The rival was pulling strings too, and they appealed the decision. This time, Law knew to flee. He hightailed it to the Dutch Republic, enjoying the coffee houses, the gambling, and
So he
perhaps
wins a
most
duel.
of all, the stock market of Amsterdam.
Oh,
While he
geez.
had always been of an intellectual bent, it's here he started to really refine his ideas, both about gambling and finance. Watching this small...
I like that the big innovation in the stock market comes from a degenerate gambler who killed a man. That's good. I'm liking that this guy is our main character for the innovations in the stock market. This is going to be good.
Republic with none of the natural resources of the other great countries of Europe dominate the world's economic landscape galvanized his thoughts. He reasoned that if he could just understand what had created such an economic revolution there, he could export it to nations with more natural advantages. So, he spent half a decade considering the problem, and all this reasoning led him to one conclusion. It was the supply of money and the availability of credit that made the Dutch Republic such a powerhouse. And where did he see the bottleneck in the availability of money and thus the availability of credit? The supply of gold and silver. If you're only going to lend out gold and silver, you have to have the gold and silver to lend, and that puts a ceiling on the size of your economy, which, while not absolute, is a lot more rigid than paper. And so he began to formulate his treatise, Money and Trade Considered, with a proposal for supplying the nation with money, with the aim of getting his native Scotland to create a national bank. Unfortunately, Scotland was destitute from risky Central American ventures and a failed harvest.
Yikes.
The Scots were in no mood to take a risk on some theory. To cap the whole thing off, the Act of Union in 1707 not only crushed any chance Law had of convincing the Scottish Parliament of his plan, but also made him an outlaw in Scotland as well as England.
Cool.
So once more, our ironically named hero fled back to the continent. For the next 10 years, he moved between France and the Dutch Republic, speculating, gambling, and socializing.
Okay.
But Law was always one to learn from his mistakes. He no longer gambled simply as a gamble. Now it was a system. He put into practice the many ideas that translated from the financial world.
Okay.
He deconstructed the games he played and worked out great tables of outcomes. He was renowned for being able to calculate precise odds on the fly and hold them all in his head. And soon it paid off.
That's kind of sick.
This time, instead of gambling his way to the poorhouse, he became one of the richest men in Europe, amassing what
gambling?
today would probably be hundreds of millions of dollars just from cards and market speculation.
That's
But
actually
his gambling
insane.
did one other thing for him. It opened doors. He was affable, charming, and very well dressed. As he gambled across Europe, he worked his way up to playing at private, very high-stakes games in Paris. Games which included some of the most powerful men of the land. And in these...
People like Tom Dwan and some of the other like famous poker players from the poker boom have said that the money they make in Macau gambling with Chinese billionaires nowadays is more than they ever made from the big poker tournaments. They just get invited because they want to play with like the famous poker players, and they all just gamble like fiends, and you can just fucking you can just rake in absolute whale cash. Yeah, apparently they just dump money.
Smoky rooms, he had far more opportunity to persuade them of his ideas than he'd had in Scotland. And the truth is, those men were primed to be persuaded. The wars of Louis XIV had left the French treasury empty, and the state burdened with insurmountable debt. The new regent and his council were looking for a way out, so when Law said that he had a plan, they listened. The plan was ambitious. He would form a central bank which would take over many of the economic functions of the state, right down to issuing money, which of course would take the form of his beloved banknotes. Most importantly, though, his plan to bankroll it was genius. He allowed people to buy stock at the bank, paying only 1/6 of the stock's value in cash, and paying the rest by trading in their government bonds, the debts the government owed them. This scheme was genius, because the population of France knew that these government bonds were currently worthless, because the government was too broke to repay them. Yet, at the same time, much of the debt which the government had been crippled trying to service was the very debt the people of France held. So, in having everybody traded in, this debt magically disappeared, and people who previously thought that they had been ruined by purchasing worthless government bonds now had something of worth that they could sell or trade, stock in the new bank, because everybody was confident in the new bank. Genius. And as John's bank began to tick away, it all seemed to work. The paper currency was far more stable than the old silver currency. Nobody could clip its edges, and forgeries were, well, punishable by death. Now, with this first part of his economic system in hand, Law initiated the second part of his plan. He would form a trading company. With complete control of the economy, he established a monopoly on trade with the French territory of Louisiana, and gave that monopoly to a company he established called the Company of the West. The plan here was simple. Issue shares at 500 livres a share, taking 15% down payment and the rest in installments. and sell enough of these shares to pay off the remainder of the government's debt.
Okay.
Soon, buoyed by some of Law's own investing in the company, the stock price began to grow, and word got out. This opportunity in Louisiana was too good to miss. Law was made the Duke of Arkansas, and soon the stock jumped 100%. Then 1,000%.
Okay, it's a
then
bubble.
3,000%. The problem was, there wasn't any wealth coming out of Louisiana. When this all started, there were a mere 800 Europeans living in the whole territory, and soon Law had to resort to the expedient of offering criminals a pardon if they would marry a prostitute and move to Louisiana. Meanwhile, the stock price had created even more demand for paper currency. As people borrowed and spent against their stock that was now worth 30 times what they had paid for it, inflation ran rampant. Now, if this all sounds kind of familiar for some reason, you're not wrong. Something very similar was happening right across the channel. Soon, Law's system, which he had thought incorruptible, was forced to bend. He had to recall some of the paper money, slash the value of the currency, and outlaw the sale or possession of large quantities of gold. But all this did was let people know just how bad a shape the Company of the West, and by extension the bank, was in.
Yeah.
Soon it would not hold. Mobs formed. There were rushes on the bank, and Law found himself yet again in a carriage in the night, fleeing yet
This
another
guy sort of went
country.
around fucking
But
shit up,
unlike
huh?
his counterparts across the channel, Law wasn't operating out of greed, but rather out of a desire to prove the idea that he had burning within him. And while his bank and his trading company were a disaster from which France barely recovered, they were a failure in execution more than in concept. And so, despite such a catastrophic misfortune, there were those in Europe who heeded what was perhaps his most famous conjecture, that money is the value by which goods are exchanged, and not the value for which goods are exchanged. Join us next time as we take the final step toward modern money by getting off of the gold standard.
Sounds a bit like copium on his part, though. Kind of just said fuck his country. He did an oopsie, and it seems like a bit of greed involved, too. My understanding of the Louisiana bubble was that there was a lot of greed. And a lot of greed. Maybe not by him specifically, I don't know. But a lot of greed, a lot of speculation, and a lot of lies. A lot of false promises about the economic value and the hordes of riches that are come from Louisiana, and then they weren't. There are two more parts? All right, whatever.
Over the last few episodes, we've seen the intellectual underpinnings of paper money slowly come into place.
Yeah.
But having nebulous ideas about why paper money might be good is one thing. Getting people to really believe and trust in it is another matter entirely.
Okay.
And so today, we're going to tackle the development of the one thing that brought the whole system together.
Atrioc.
The thing we now use to...
And delicious factor meals. You see, money was first invented because people wanted a way to exchange their time and effort for delicious factor meals. And what was so amazing was that they could get it for actually 60% off using code POG-ATRIOC60. An amazing deal, the likes of which you haven't seen since Louisiana. If you go to gofactor75.com and use my code POG-ATRIOC60, you can get 60% off your first box. Again, factor meals, I legitimately use them every day. Pretty tasty, pretty delicious, and most importantly, way less expensive than ordering out and way less work and effort than cooking for yourself, which is something I hate doing. So I think a lot of you, if you are gamer people like me and you can afford, check out the price if it's in your alley, you will actually find great value out of them. I have tried many meal services over the years. In fact, at one point, there was a service called Sprig in SF that I was the single biggest customer of, or at least like top 0.1%, because they sent me an email calling me a Sprig hero. And then they went out of business. I've tried them all, and Factor's by far the best. Easily the best. So worth checking out if you're into that kind of stuff. And thanks again. They continue to sponsor Get Smarter Saturdays and Get Smarter Thursdays. And I am sort of a hero if you think about it. All right, back to this. Let's see what happened. The invention of paper money.
To prevent the very problem John Law ran himself into. Very rarely does humanity find ideas that are simply good. Most of the time, when a revolutionary new idea is introduced, we've got to stumble around in the dark for a bit, figuring out all the terrible ramifications and pitfalls that come with it before we can use it well. Paper money was no different, because when you start printing money, it comes with a lot of questions. Now, you might think that the first question would be, how much money should we print? But actually, before you can even figure out things like how to regulate how much money's being printed, you first have to ask, who's gonna print the money? Now, today, this might seem like a bizarre question, as we're all used to there being some central authority in each country or currency block issuing one currency that everybody accepts at face value. But you have to remember that paper money didn't enter the world as part of some top-down system. Instead, it basically started with a bunch of bankers realizing that they could give people receipts for gold and silver instead of actually giving customers their gold and silver back. Which means that one by one, every bank basically started printing their own banknotes.
Oh, interesting.
And that is a mess to deal with. I mean, if you've ever had to go overseas and deal with exchanging money, you've gotten just a tiny fraction of an idea of what a hassle this would have been. But it gets worse. Imagine having a few hundred different banks issuing notes in your own country. Now imagine a world where our modern international currency exchange that makes it easy for banks to trade money doesn't exist. And then imagine having to deal with all of this just to shop in the next town over. This is basically the scenario.
This is what money in the metaverse is going to be like. I'm going to have to change my fucking Riot coin to fucking Blizzard coin into fucking Valve coin just to fucking get around, dude. And then Zuckerberg's fucking token is going to be fucking worthless. And that's what I'm going to get paid in at my day job. Working for fucking Zuckerberg. Yeah, it's gonna be all problem, dude. We must get Dabloons.
You end up with.
I guess
You
that's why-
deposit $10 worth of gold in your local
that's why
village bank.
people are already getting
They
the
hand you
Dabloons.
back $10 worth of their shiny, bank-specific banknotes. Now, you go off to the big city to spend your money, but when you bring out your money to spend it on something there, the big city merchant might simply not take it. Or, more likely, they'll pull out some big chart and say to you, well, let's see. Your bank is pretty far away, so if we, or more likely our bank, ever wanted to redeem these banknotes of yours, we'd have to travel all the way to your tiny podunk village. So, since that's going to be such an expensive hassle for us to do, we're only going to take your banknotes at 75% value. Now,
Not
of
too
course,
bad.
you would probably grumble a bit over this, but then the merchant would say, wait, hang on, I'm not done. It says here that your bank only has one branch. That's an issue. It means we're gonna have to redeem these notes as soon as possible because your tiny bank might go belly up at any time, which would render these banknotes you just gave me worthless. That additional risk and the inconvenience forces me to accept these bills at another 25% off face value. And so, your $10 that you deposited in your bank would only have $5 worth of purchasing power in a neighboring city, leaving you probably a bit less than jazzed about this whole paper money thing. So clearly, every country needed a unified currency that everyone could believe in. But this also had to evolve sort of organically, and it ended up happening in a similar way in most countries, because almost all of the problems we're gonna see with the move to paper money are solved in nearly every country with one great innovation: the central bank. But central banks didn't always solve all of the functions they do today, and in fact, most weren't established to solve any of them at all. Truth is, calling a central bank a singular big innovation would be a lie. They were really more like a patch server and a hotfix machine for paper money. So let's talk about the story of the Bank of England, because it was really the first institution that we would call a central bank,
Good
and
job,
many
England.
early central banks share a similar tale. The year is 1694. The government desperately needs a way to service its debt.
As usual.
The 17th and the 18th centuries would be times of unbelievably costly
all
wars.
sounding familiar.
For the first time, troops had to be deployed and supplied across the globe. Navies had to be maintained in every ocean. Powder and shells were expended on an unprecedented scale. This drove most major nations of Europe to the brink of financial collapse. To some, the answer was clear: establish a bank to service the national debt. So, after much debate, the Bank of England came to be. This is a powerful thing, because having the government do all of its banking with your bank makes your bank pretty secure,
Right.
and means that that bank's gonna need to have branches, or at least banks that they work closely with all over the place. And because of this security, people started to value Bank of England banknotes over most of the other ones out there. At times, people would even pay a premium for them, offering 1.1
safer.
or
Yeah, it makes
1.2 pounds per 1 pound note, simply because they were reliable and universally accepted. But the Bank of England note really wouldn't become the official banknote of the country until 1844, the middle of the 19th
that long
century.
ago.
With the Bank Charter Act of 1844, no new bank would be granted the right to print banknotes, and every time a bank was bought, it would have to remove its notes from circulation, meaning that eventually the Bank of England banknote would be the only paper money in the land. But even with this system, it wasn't until 1921, less
recent.
than 100 years ago, that the last non-Bank of England bank in the country stopped printing their own banknotes. And in Scotland and Ireland, there are still to this day a few banks that retain their ancient right to print pound sterling notes.
Kinda hype.
So this system of having one unified currency that we think of as being money, we take it for granted now, but it really isn't.
Bro, by the way, just totally slightly related. While I was researching FTX, bro, Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX found a small one-branch bank in Kansas that only had $15 million of value in total and put $100 million into it and bought it. Regulators should have stopped this. I don't know why they didn't. So they owned a American bank despite being based in the Bahamas. And we're basically using that to do all sorts of weird financial laundering. And then, by the way, the bank, they closed it. Like, it was like, because the bank, like, it had one branch, but it wasn't real. They had no employees at it. It was like, it was total fake fraud. And, like, regulators there should have been a massive red flag when that came up. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it when I finish the thing, but it's fucking very odd.
That old. In fact, in the United
It's
States,
called Moonstone.
non-Federal Reserve Bank.
Well, it was called like the Kansas Charter Bank or something, but he renamed it fucking Moonstone. And it was an officially chartered American bank that he owned, which you shouldn't be allowed to do as a foreign-based financial exchange.
Notes were being issued as late as 1935. But even with this issue resolved, the lack of a centralized currency wasn't the only problem we were going to have to figure out with these new banknotes. There was also the problem of bank runs.
Woo!
With the invention of the banknote, modern fractional reserve banking really came into its own. Fractional reserve banking is where the bank lends out more than it can actually pay for with the money it has on hand, based on the idea that not everybody's going to try to collect at once.
Right.
So, for example, let's say that you deposit $100 in gold at your bank, and the bank is required to keep a 10% fractional reserve. That means that when you deposited that $100 in gold, you enabled your bank to lend out an additional $1,000 in banknotes. This system is a great thing because it means that the money supply can expand far past the amount of gold or silver in an economy and can meet the needs of a growing economic base, which is the very problem we were trying to solve with this whole paper money thing in the first place. But it does have one problem. What happens if everybody does try to get their money out of the bank at the same time? Well, if people believe that a bank won't be able to repay them, whether it's because they've issued too many banknotes or simply because they've made too many bad loans, those people start flocking to the bank to get their money out of there. This, of course, leaves the bank unable to pay anybody because they only keep a fraction of what they need to pay everyone on hand at any given time. So the bank collapses, and everybody loses. Anyone with money left in the bank is simply wiped out. And if this starts happening on a broad scale, it creates another problem. People stop depositing money in banks at all, and instead start hoarding it because they're afraid that the banks are going to go bust. Meanwhile, the banks are trying to hoard up as much real money, gold, silver, and central bank notes as they can, so that they can somehow pay all of the people rushing the bank to withdraw their accounts without going bust. This ultimately means that a lot of money is just sucked out of the economy. It just stops circulating, and we're back to our original problem of literally having too little money to make the economy run. This happened in England throughout the 19th century.
Yeah.
But here again, the central bank patch was applied. By having a central bank serve as a lender of last resort, meaning a bank that could lend real capital to other banks, banks that were in good shape but didn't have the funds on hand to withstand a panic where everybody tried to withdraw their money at once, could survive, and the money supply for the nation wouldn't drop.
Just to be clear, this is very different than what happened with FTX. This is what's called a liquidity problem, all right? Because at the end of the day, the banks do have the money. They've loaned it out to things that are worth something. So everyone's asking for it at once and they don't have it in their vault. But if they had time, they could call back all their loans or sell the things they bought and eventually have enough money to pay out their loans. They have the money. They're not liquid at it right now. So that's why they go up and collapse. FTX didn't have the money. They only had fucking FTT token worth nothing. So there's no world where they had enough money to cover all the people demanding their money back. There's nothing out there they could sell to get it back.
dry up. Over the last 100 years, we have found dozens of other little ways that the central bank can be used to hotfix problems resulting from our ability to print money, and we're certainly not done yet. There is incredible power in having one bank that basically can't fail unless the government does, whose function is much more about keeping an economy strong and stable than about making a profit. Because so long as the government is doing well, so is that central bank. And
England?
this has helped
Pepe
fuel
laugh?
the growth of a world no longer
How
bound
well
by
is
the amount
England
of gold
doing?
and silver that's being passed around. But there's one more step to go before we get to the world we live in today, where currency is divorced from any real value except the value we give it, where money works because we believe it works. And that step is abandoning the gold standard. So join us next
That's like
time
the
as we
70s.
wrap up the history of paper money.
All right, part 6, baby. Last one. We're bringing it home. I think this is like Nixon in the 70s. He gets rid of the gold standard, and then it's all loose. It's all hell goes loose. Tally, thank you for the 3 months. Mutable, thank you for the 14 months. Not pull with toe, thank you for the 4 months. Happy Thanksgiving, Atrioc. How did this one compare to the first Thanksgiving? Well, the first Thanksgiving had a few more factor meals than this one. Today I only have the one, but the first one had a cornucopia of them. But outside of that, pretty good. Boo, bring back gold. If I get everyone to believe that I'm the richest person to exist ever, then will it happen? What is your argument? Milk A's in chat. What convinces the rest of us that you're the richest person ever? So when is he going to talk about Atrioc? Guys, Atrioc is stable and solid. It's backed by the central bank of me fucking dying to bosses. Okay? And that will always produce a steady inflow of currency to the doubters. Okay? So even if the believers do a bank run, it's not a rug pull, dude. It's not a rug pull. All right, part 6. Let's finish off. And then I want to watch something.
Series,
we're gonna watch something goofy after this, all right? Because we got some intelligence and we need to get a little goof.
Rarely get far into the 20th century because it's hard to have historical perspective on events that are that close to our own time. But today we're gonna have to roar into the latter half of the 20th century to show you just how recently this idea came to be. This idea that seems so normal, that we all take for granted as if it were always the
Totally
case.
normal.
The idea that money is worth something because we all agree it is. Last time, we talked about the growth of central banks as a patch system to fix the numerous problems that occur when you introduce paper money as the basis for an economy. But for many people, one more step was required to really inspire confidence in this idea of taking milled tree bark in return for their labor, and that was the gold standard. The gold standard is basically the idea that your paper money is backed in gold. That at any time, you could take your paper bills somewhere and redeem them for a specified amount of gold. Now, I hear a lot of you say, why would you ever do that? Doesn't putting a currency on the gold standard just mean that we're back to the problem we were trying to solve in the first place? By tying money to gold, aren't we once again limiting the money supply?
Yeah.
The short answer to that is yes, and we're going to see just how that plays out. The longer answer is sort of. This is a pretty complicated economic question, too complex to really get into here, but the concise version is that having paper money backed in gold, rather than using gold directly, allows far more options when you need to expand the money supply. And it has the advantage of letting you play fast and loose with the system when you need to. But still, why would you do this rather than have your currency float free? Well, that's where history comes in. You see, the gold standard solves two major problems. The first is inflation. As you can probably guess, it wasn't long after people started printing paper money that they figured that they could just print a lot of paper money.
Right.
Way more paper money than they could ever redeem.
Right.
Way more than even our fractional reserve banking system thinks is sane. As soon as people did that, you started to get inflation. And it could still happen even with a central currency controlled by the government, because when countries needed
It has
to
happened. It's
say,
happening right
pay
now.
for an army, they would sometimes just print more bills to do it. More bills means that each bill is worth less, which
Yeah.
was a problem, not only for those poor citizens whose life savings were now in paper bills, but also for other countries who'd been accepting those paper bills in exchange for their goods. Which brings us to the second major issue that the gold
Bro, this is literally what the United States has been doing right now to every country on earth. Including countries trading between each other for oil and dollars. We've been fucking riding this fucking wave, and it's it's teetering. It's teetering, dude. Countries are trying to get out of this system.
standard addresses, exchange rates. Right as paper money was becoming the standard in Europe, international trade was really starting to pick up. The Industrial Revolution was getting into full swing, and raw materials and finished goods had to be shipped and traded at a pace never before seen. Simultaneously, mercantilism, that isolationist monetary policy that we discussed in an earlier episode, is coming to an end, causing trade to rocket to even greater heights.
Wow!
But what happens when your ship
the
full of
moon.
cargo docks in some foreign port, and you try to hand the local merchant your funny green paper money to buy their goods, while they try to hand you their funny pink paper money to buy what you've got on your ship? Well, you both just sit there scratching your heads for a while. Back in the day, you would have just weighed whatever coins they were trying to give you and accept them for their weight in gold. But now they're handing you this piece of paper that you don't recognize and you have no idea how to value. I mean, can you even trade this specific piece of paper for anything when you get back home? But if both currencies are on the gold standard, problem solved. Just as an example, let's say that at any time, you could turn in $20 to get 1 ounce of gold. 1 ounce of gold is what your $20 are worth.
Okay.
Now, let's say you sail to England, where, for the sake of keeping things simple, the UK has set their gold standard so that an ounce of gold is worth 2 British pounds. This makes everything nice and simple. Since you're both operating on the gold standard, that means 1 British pound is the equivalent in value to 10 US dollars. Done and done.
Fat
Simple.
fucking chance,
So how does this
limeys.
all fall apart?
It's
Well,
1
first
to
we have to
1,
talk about how it all
basically.
began. If you saw our episodes on the First Opium War, remember how we talked about the fact that all of Britain's silver was flowing into China to buy tea?
Why not just print more money so we have more money? I didn't know Jerome Powell was in my fucking chat, but yes, it works for a short period of time, and then everyone figures it out, and then that's when you have rampant inflation. Once everyone realizes that there's way more money going around, and the individual value of each bill is worth less.
Well, to solve all the problems I just talked about, the British were looking for some commodity to back the Bank of England notes with. But with all their silver gone, the British chose gold, and soon basically everybody followed suit. But this system had its own breaking points. Absolute adherence to the gold standard had to be suspended several times during the 1800s due to the massive expenses incurred by
always
international
war, bro.
But in England, as in most other countries, there was always a return to the gold standard in peacetime, with countries working to build their gold reserves back up and limiting the printing of further notes. Other minor shocks, like the California gold rush and other introductions of massive new sources of gold, would cause the system to lurch, but overall, use of the gold standard held up pretty well throughout the 19th century. Then came World War I, the seminal catastrophe, the shatterer of so many notions from our past. And like so many other things, the gold standard crumpled under the impossible needs of the war.
Yeah.
Nation after nation abandoned gold to print more money to pay for the arms, munitions, and men that were being expended daily on the field. And as more and more money was printed and spent to feed the insatiable hunger of this war, trade became erratic. Trade from the United States grew far beyond what the gold reserves of Europe could bear. Inflation ran rampant, and after the war, many countries couldn't drag themselves back to the gold standard. Some nations, like Germany, who were spiraling into hyperinflation under the crushing debt of war reparations, tried to stabilize their currency by backing it in land rather than gold. Others,
Interesting.
like England, appealed to people's patriotism and wrenched themselves back onto the gold standard by asking people not to redeem their money for gold just out of love of country. But even this fell apart as the Great Depression hit. Those few countries that had the wherewithal to stay on the gold standard, like the United States, were now hamstrung by how the inflexibility of gold prevented them from reacting to the crisis. And yet, many people and many nations thought of this as a temporary hiccup. Sure, the war and the depression had made a mess of things, but soon the good times would be back. Things would get sorted out, and everybody would get back on the gold standard. I mean, they had to, right?
There can't be a second
Without the
one,
gold
surely.
standard, how is money worth anything? But those good times didn't have a chance to come back, because then came the big one, World War II. World War II was perhaps the most expensive war in history. Economically, it was totally unsustainable, with the US racking up enormous trade surpluses and every other country involved sinking into massive debt.
Bro, my understanding is, wait. Interesting. 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 Interesting.
But the world had learned from World War I, and as World War II wound down, many of the major powers met to work out the first real international monetary agreement, the famous Bretton Woods system. You see, following the First World War, Britain had owed the US a huge pile of money, which they couldn't pay back unless France paid them a huge pile of money it owed them. But much of the war had occurred on French soil, and the French couldn't afford to pay back the British, unless they basically made the defeated Germans pay for everything. This, of course, had all been a disaster that caused huge financial
such a
and political
shame.
instability. So this time around, things would be different. Reparations would be minimized. Repayment of reparations would be on gentler terms, and that whole problem of wildly unstable currency caused by countries like Germany no longer being able to adhere to the gold standard after World War I, this time the currency instability problem would be solved. And how would it be solved?
How?
Well, at this point in history, the US basically had everybody's gold,
PogChamp.
because everybody had bought a ton of stuff from the US for the two biggest wars in history. So the US actually was still on the gold standard. So the solution was simple. Peg everybody else's currency to the US dollar. That's right, the system essentially boiled down to the US dollar is redeemable in gold, and all other currencies are redeemable in US dollars.
Easy
and so
clap.
every country had to keep some dollars on hand to redeem their currency, which is how the US dollar became the reserve currency for basically the entire world. As other nations' economies recovered, the dollar became overvalued. This came to a head in 1965. Charles de Gaulle, who had always been a little bit miffy about America's position in the world, decided that he was going to act on that redeemability. So he sent the French Navy to cash in and pick up his bullion, literally bringing boatloads of gold back to France. Soon, other nations followed suit. By 1971, with the dollar still overvalued and the Cold War and wars like Korea and Vietnam draining U.S. resources and sending U.S. gold over.
Good job. Good job getting us into more wars, 1970s. Robert Stacks on Soft, thank you for the 10 gifted. I do appreciate it. Helping to keep the personal economy here up. It is funny to be at a nationwide scale actually redeeming it. You know what I'm saying? The dollars is good for gold. Okay, cool. Then give me fucking all of it. Give me the entire GDP of France in gold, please.
Overseas, Richard Nixon finally took the step that many argued had to come, and took the US dollar off the gold standard. Just take that in for a moment. 1971. Less than 50 years ago. But here's where it gets good. When Nixon pulled the US off the gold standard, the shock was felt around the world, but
if every country's inflating their money, wouldn't the net change in value stay the same? Different countries are inflating at different rates. And also, even if every country's inflating, it's still inflate. Like, the real problem of inflation comes with the people that are on wages that aren't changing and have savings, okay? Because their money is now worth less every single day. So if you're making, I don't know, 20 bucks an hour, and the value of 20 bucks is worth less every single month of the year, little by little, then you're just getting paid less every single month, and your wages are going down, which means you have less chance of being able to, have a livable life. And then also all the money you have in the bank, if you're a saver, is just worth less and less and less, which is punishing people who have saved instead of people who have just fucking been on debt. Why don't they just get their bread up then? I never thought about that, DevCap. Why don't they just get their fucking bread up? It's actually a great fucking Joe Biden on the fucking national address. Have you guys thought about getting your fucking bread up? That actually makes a lot of sense. So you're saying buy the dip on crypto. I'm saying you should personally, they don't even allow it right now, but you should find a way to invest into FTT token over at FTX. Because I got a feeling Sammy B is going to turn this all around.
But it didn't stop many countries from still pegging their currency to the US dollar. So now you had currencies around the world redeemable for US dollars and the US dollar pegged to nothing. Soon, many other countries decided
pegged,
just to let their currencies float, to let them be valued at what the market would bear. And so, just like that, almost by accident, after 6,000 years, we finally accepted money as an idea rather than a thing. Or, as John Law would say, we accepted money as the medium by which things are exchanged, not the value for which they are. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Wow. That was actually really interesting. That was really interesting. Thank you, Extra Credits, for making it. But the real value of money comes from the friendships we make along the way. That's why you can be my friend by dropping a Twitch Prime. Thank you to everyone who's got a Twitch Prime in chat. Every Prime is worth one friendship, actually. So there's real value in that. And I want to thank, I Believe in Skeletons for this 11 months. Cassius Bologna. Cassius Bologna, have I thanked you before? Your name is a Red Rising reference. I love those books. I'm sure I've already done this. Because you've subbed for 11 months and I would never have not, 18 months, and I've never not noticed this. I must have noticed it before. Thank you for all thank you for all my new true friends of Primes. Wix Waxbill, thank you for my great friendship with you. The Rando Moo, thank you for the Prime and a friendship. I love the times we laugh together as friends. Mr. Duckfish, thank you for the 8 months. If you guys haven't checked out Red Rising and you like power fantasies, if you like to imagine yourself as a fucking 6'4" ripped Giga Chad badass who fucking just gets it done and is the squad leader in a fucking cool environment, then you probably will fucking love Red Rising, dude, because that's basically what the book's about, but it's actually a really fun read. Yeah, it's got a lot of cliches in it, but all in a pretty good, fun, readable way. And I can give you the very beginning. Basically, the whole plot of the books is that this dude lives in absolute fucking poverty as a miner on Mars, and he thinks he's part of like the first wave of people to arrive on Mars. Like the lie they're told is like, hey, you're the first generation to be on Mars. It's going to be a hard life. You got to mine it out. So eventually, you know, generations from now, people from Earth, which is dying, can come out here. But it turns out Earth has died a long fucking time ago. And these guys are just basically miners for poverty wages underground. And there's like a glorious society up on the surface. That's basically what, like, so they're just living underground in poverty, and they think that like it's all part of a grander plan, but it's not. But you figure that out. It's not like I'm not spoiling anything. That's turned out really early, and then it starts later on. So it's a pretty cool idea. And then the guy turns out to be an absolute fucking ripped Giga Chad and just solves all the problems. Thanks for spoiling. It's not a spoiler. I swear to God, it's in the first like fucking 3 chapters or whatever. Hey, I love the streams. Is there any way you could turn up your mic volume? Yes. Too loud though, huh? Huh? Ooh, a little too loud, isn't it? No, I'm going back to what it was. I want it to be right here. This should be good, right here. Right in the yellow. It's called Red Rising. Yeah, it's called Red Rising. Oh, no, it's not too quiet. I'm sorry to tell you. I've never, ever, ever rewatched my own shit and thought it was too quiet. And yet I hear that all the time. So I don't really understand. I don't understand what people are saying, because I also watch other things. I watch fucking other. I really don't understand what people are saying. Like, I don't. Like, I just play it on my computer, and I can listen to my stuff, and I can listen to fucking a Gadmator's chess videos, and like there's no difference, and I don't have to fucking. You should be able to scream as loud as you can with 0 audio fixes. What does that mean? Ah! Sorry. I could have gone so much louder, but I backed down. That was fine. Oh, cool. Let's go. Go louder. Ah! I have neighbors. I have neighbors. I just wanted to. Does it peak? The mic. I think the mic has a filter or something. I think I've got like a fucking range, a bound range. Hey, here's a crazy idea. What if we watched a fun video and you guys submitted it right meow to the chat and it gets picked up into our patented Get Smarter Saturday submission system, sponsored by Factor Meals, and I use the energy provided by Factor Meals to find something funny to watch. Why do NBA rivalries suck? Who took the first selfie? Damn, I wish it wasn't 25 minutes. I feel like this could be like a 5-minute video. Because that could be really interesting. The most creative table tennis player ever. Is it a highlight? Which one's the creative one?
Wins it, the right hand! Koki Nima blocks it with his right hand! The whole thing.
All right, one more. Sorry. I have a feeling Koki Niwa's going to win.
Too good. Court left open in the backhand side, and Koki Niwa's all over it, ready to take it away.
All right. Cool. Good for him. Let's rank every boss in Hollow Knight. This seems like a good video. Wait, let's check this out. Hollow Knight bosses tier list. So I have just completed all of Hollow Knight. Let's I am watch at my all of peak this. of This Hollow seems- Knight interest right now after just beating it. So I'm ready to give my authoritative One of my take. greatest on videos what of is all time. Actually, the best and worst bosses in the game. I think I have a pretty strong opinion. Why did I make this a video? Like I'm a fucking full-time Hollow Knight channel. It's such an odd video to make, but you know what? It's one of the greats. It's one of the greats. The vid's not quiet, by the way. Like I'm listening to it right now. Look at this. And I think it's gonna show. The evidence will show that I am correct. How is it quiet? It's just look at it. I play the video and then I play fucking this one.
From accidentally throwing a £3 million lottery ticket in the bin to spending an
It's
entire...
the same. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. It's the fucking same, dude. You guys are losing it. You guys are fucking ear problems, dude. I swear to God, I feel like you fucking Zoomers have blasted your AirPods too loud. Disney Channel's theme, A History Mystery? No, I don't think so. The Forgotten Michael Burry Archives. If you guys don't know Michael Burry, he's the guy that is played by Christian Bale in The Big Short. He's one of the people that most famously predicted the housing market collapse, made a bunch of money on it. He's a pretty intelligent investor, has some unique takes. He also has some pretty weird and borderline racist shit, though, that he's tweeted and deleted. I follow every single one of his tweets just to see what's going on, and he deletes every tweet the day after he makes it, no matter what. And he's got some weird stuff. Definitely some weird stuff. But his investment advice is good, so I just try to watch that. I tried Walmart's terrifying metaverse experience. Seems kind of funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, Walmart has entered the metaverse.
Yes!
Finally. That's right, Greg. Through one of the most popular children's games in the world, Walmart is now an actual destination in the metaverse where you can go to have fun, play, learn, and of course, buy things from Walmart. And that is what I will be doing today. I personally cannot wait to get into Walmart's metaverse, look around, explore. It looks fun as hell. One of the biggest corporations in the entire world,
Yes.
advertising to young children in a video game.
Yes.
Let's just say daddy likey. But before we do that, before I show you the actual Walmart metaverse experience, I was surprised to find out that this actually isn't Walmart's first metaverse project. A few months ago, apparently Walmart was sort of laughed off the internet because this video surfaced demoing their vision of the future of shopping in the metaverse. And not only did this failed experiment not look like it made shopping any better, it like actively made it worse. You know how instead of like a store with colorful aisles full of products and people from
Is it just me or is this guy literally exactly like Drew Gooden? And I'm hearing he might be even bigger than Drew Gooden. And there's not a bad thing because Drew Gooden's really good. But I get an insane fucking Drew Gooden vibe. It's like, who came first? They're friends? Okay. Who came first though? Because literally they sound so similar. They have a song about that together, actually. Like, no, I can hear it in the way you just said this last part.
better, it like actively made
Like this right there. This is like exactly how Drew would say
it worse. You know how instead of like a store
That's so funny. like one to one. Look up the song. All right, does someone have a link to it? What's this? Here's the song.
What's up, Greg? There's a very special announcement at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around to see it.
Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time where I eat all my fingers and toes and cry for 3 years.
Good ending.
Bye!
Alright. Gosh, I love being a YouTuber. I get to just hang around all day making videos, making people laugh. It really is a pretty good gig. But my favorite part is that everyone sees me as a unique individual with my own style and sense of humor.
Alright, well, time to post this video. And post. Oh, a new comment. Let's see what it is.
Okay, I'm not trying to be a YouTube commenter here. I'm sure that they're both incredibly talented and they're obviously successful YouTubers. I just didn't. I just had that as my first instinct. I swear to God, I'm not trying to. All right. Well.
Again. No. Hey.
Yes, master.
I'm taking a trip. Pack my bags.
You don't own any bags, sir.
Fair enough. Then prepare my car.
Yes, master.
Now it's time to...
Wait, what do you mean prepare your car?
What?
Like, what preparing would it need? Why would it not already be ready to go?
Just like, open the door? I don't know.
I'm on it.
Perfect. Florida, here I come.
Danny?
I have to show you something.
You could have just texted me.
You have a phone?
Yeah. You want to come in?
Do you have any juice?
Whoa.
Get you some juice.
Okay.
Okay.
Or, wait, do you want to move this light?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. The only juice we have is lemon juice, so I don't know if...
That's fine.
So what do you want to show me?
I don't know, I've been getting all these comments lately on my YouTube channel, and usually I try to ignore them, but there's just so many. Every time I post a new video, it's like, this guy looks exactly like Drew Gooden. Whoa, this guy talks exactly like Drew Gooden. Drew and Danny are the same person taking on a different persona to get double the sponsors. Their girlfriends are also the same person.
Well, that's not even true at all. She's my wife.
Yeah, she's my wife.
Holy shit, Danny, this is insane.
Yeah.
Because I get these comments too, all the time.
You do?
Yeah, dude, look. Notifications on, now I'm truly Greg. Please give me a shout out, I am the truest Greg. Great video, Danny Gonzalez. Wow, Danny Gonzalez made a really good video this time. Still waiting for my Drew and Danny sex tape.
Well, that one doesn't really have anything to do with us being the same person, does it?
No, I just wanted you to hear it.
Actually, I don't even see that on your screen.
Well, that's because I deleted it, because I hate it. And I hate you!
Hey, easy.
Sorry, I'm just so frustrated. Everyone thinks we're the same person.
Yeah, just because we look the same
And sound the same, and think the same, and talk the same,
and smell the same and
Okay, at least they get it because, yeah, there's some similarities. And you're seeing it more right now. Okay? It's not that crazy. They actually do talk the fucking same. They talk very, very similar.
act the same and are the same person. I mean, not the same person doesn't mean we're the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta do something about this.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but we gotta do something about this. And I got just the thing.
Oh, yeah?
Want to make a music video? Yes, exactly.
Well, let's go shoot this bitch.
Wait, but Drew,
What?
can you move the light again?
What the hell?
Hey, cool jacket.
There's more?
Cool jacket.
We both got cool jackets.
Yeah, we do.
We should do something with these cool jackets.
Oh, I got an idea.
Okay.
What if we wore these jackets every night for 6 weeks across the country?
Oh, and perform a live comedy show at different venues?
Wow.
We can wear the jackets.
That sounds good to me.
Let's do it.
Guys, we're going on tour.
Across the country, baby.
They went on tour together?
Jackets and all.
It's gonna be me, Danny Gonzalez.
Me, Drew Gooden.
And special guest, Curtis Connor. Here's a special word from Curtis.
Hey guys, I am super excited to be going on tour with Dan.
That's enough, Curtis. We're going to these cities. These are the ones that we have announced already. So if you live near here and you want to come,
We should go and warn them about COVID. Hurry! If you go now to Toronto, BC, at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre in 090919, you can warn them about the disease.
get your tickets. If you don't live near one of these cities and you still want to come, don't worry. We're going to be announcing more cities as we figure out the logistics of the dates after these cities. But if you do live near one of these cities, make sure you get your tickets fast because these are theaters with a limited number of seats. So once they sell out, they can't have more people come in. We asked if people could sit on each other's laps, and they said no.
No, it's a fire hazard.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if the person's
Toronto, BC. Yeah, I guess incorrect. Maybe they don't know. Hey, I think there's a slight delay here. Chat. What the fuck? I'm living in the future. I should warn you about something. Oh, God. I'm seeing things and then you're seeing them like 20 seconds later.
Drew and I have been working on this show for like 5 months now. We've been writing it, we've been filming bits that will go into the show, and it's evolved into something that I think we're both really proud of. We put a lot of work into this because we want it to be something that is really special to us.
I feel like it perfectly kind of captures like our sense of humor. It's the type of show we would want to see, and we wanted to make it something that if we saw a show, we would be impressed by like the production of it.
It's going to be a series of songs.
Like this one?
Like the one you just saw, that's actually the opener to the show. So
Kind of sets up the premise of
if
the
you
show.
come see the show, you'll already know the words to one song.
Yeah, and you can sing along. We'll be singing along.
And so why not everyone else too?
Yeah, why not everyone else in the room?
Yeah.
The security guys are going to know the words. Will you?
There's going to be songs, there's going to be sketches.
All
There's
right, we're watching an ad for a show that happened 3 years ago. But that was interesting. That was very interesting. I did not know that that there was so much more to that story. But I still want to see his video about Walmart in the Metaverse. And I will just say that he sounds like his own distinct person.
Store with colorful aisles full of products and people from your community shopping around. You'd much rather shop in a dystopian void of a Walmart that's been abandoned for 1,000 years?
Matrix sounds.
You do? Oh, you do? Okay, that was meant to be sarcastic, but you actually do? Okay, well, then maybe you'll like this.
Howdy. Thanks for visiting Walmart. I will be your shopping assistant module today, but you can call me Sam for short.
Look, man, I already feel like kind of dystopian going to a regular Walmart in the real world, but this actually feels like I'm like a test subject in some kind of psychological experiment. What is this void? Where am I right now?
Let's get started. I have your shopping list loaded up, and I'm tracking your oil change so I can let you know as soon as it's done.
Now, I don't know about you, but when I go to the store, if an employee asks me if I need help finding anything, I say no every time, even if I do need help because I'm a nervous person. So this scenario is like a nightmare to me. Just having an employee floating 2 feet in front of me at all times, just locking
staring
eyes
and
with
talking
me,
to you about
recommending
everything you
product
do.
is actually a nightmare. It's like my worst case scenario when I go to a store, but if it just never ended. It also doesn't help that she's like literally telling you what to do. She's not even making suggestions.
You see the tomato sauce on your left? Go ahead and grab that and then place it in your cart.
You see the tomato sauce? Grab it. Put it in your cart. You said you wanted tomato sauce, right? It's right there. Put it in the cart now. There's no time for browsing and taking your time in the Walmart metaverse. Get your shit and leave. How is this any better than shopping normally? They had every opportunity to make shopping like a breeze. Like, I feel like the most efficient form of shopping is just like ordering it online. They didn't need to take the actual physical experience of going to Walmart and put it in VR. If I'm not going to the store anymore, it's like the actual act of putting a tomato sauce in my cart is not the part I'm gonna miss. It's probably gonna be like human contact or just like feeling like I exist in a real social world.
Great. Looks like you need a good wine pairing. Take a look to your right. Your age has already been pre-verified through your profile, so no need to wait for an ID check.
I love in this supposedly like futuristic utopian version of Walmart in the future, we're already being upsold to buy shit that we didn't want. It's like, okay, you wanted pasta sauce, go ahead and buy a wine with that. You can't have pasta sauce without wine, right?
Oh, it also gives you a $5 off your voodoo rental.
You're gonna want to buy a movie as well. And then, oh, you're watching a movie? Head on over to our gun department. You're gonna want a gun with that movie. Also, I haven't even bought pasta or meat yet. Why is red wine the thing I need to pair with the pasta sauce? I need the rest of my meal. Or am I just like sipping 1 glass of wine and 1 glass of pasta sauce while I watch my voodoo rental movie?
I'm getting a notification
Could be
from your
fun.
connected smart fridge. It looks like you already have a full gallon of milk at home. Should we put this one back?
Sorry? My fridge told you that? The sheer passive aggressive in this Walmart employee's voice. Hey, so, I noticed you have a gallon of milk in your cart, but, I was just talking to your smart fridge and he told me you already have milk at home. Should we put the milk back? Should little baby put the milk back? Did little baby forget that we have milk at home? Did you forget in this dystopian world there's a milk shortage? Are you trying to hoard milk? Also,
Fire jokes from Danny, dude. Who the fuck is Drew Gooden after this? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, now that I'm part of the Danny society, now that I'm Danny pilled 100%, it's like Drew who? Who Gooden is what I say. I don't even remember him. This guy's got bars, baby.
Stop talking to my fridge behind my back, dude. What the hell? Why are smart fridges so integral to every corporation's version of the future? I do not want my fridge snitching on me to Walmart, okay?
Who's Greg?
Damn, you can really feel the anger through the screen in that toss. Fine, I'll fucking put the milk back, dude. Stop talking to my fridge. Just every part of this is so eerie. What is with the hum throughout this video? They could have had like fun music playing. You know, you go to like Target or Walmart, they're playing like Ed Sheeran. It's like they're making it eerie and dystopian on purpose. Every time you pick up an item from the shelf, all of the shelves descend into the underworld and new shelves come up. That's really comforting, I gotta say. There's something so comforting about them being like, no, you don't move, all right? The shelves move. You stay right where you are. The milk will come to you. The gun aisle will come to you.
Good news, your oil change is done. Your vehicle will be ready at the Tire and Lube Express.
Okay, now wait, so this is confusing. Am I at a Walmart with a VR headset on? This whole time I thought this was something you do from home. You go around, pick out all your items, and then Walmart will come and drop your stuff off. But she just said that my car is getting an oil change right now.
Good news, your oil change is done.
At the Lube Express or whatever?
At the Tire and Lube Express.
The Tire and Lube Express. That's right, that's what I said. So, I drove to Walmart, dropped my car off at the Tire and Lube Express, and then went into Walmart and then just put on a VR headset? At that point, why can't I just shop? Why do I need to be wearing a VR headset? I'm so confused.
That's my future. That's what I want.
I feel like these hands say so much about the emotion of the person watching this happen. Would you say that this person is like happy or terrified about what's going on right now?
I'll have the TV brought out to your car.
Oh, wow. Wait, what?
Okay, so my shopping cart is going to my
How have I
car to
not
load
seen
my
this?
groceries.
I only saw a
This
little clip of
drone
this.
is just gonna
I have
deliver
not
the TV
seen the
straight to my
drone
house. And then I noticed
to the
that
dish.
I'm not leaving the Walmart. I noticed that my cart and the TV get to leave, and I don't. Is there any reason for that? Okay, your groceries will be delivered to your smart fridge as a sacrifice, and you will remain here forever. Thank you for shopping at Walmart. Okay, I think you guys have waited long enough. You want to see the real deal. That experiment obviously did not work. People were like, what the hell is wrong with you? Of course we don't want this. So now it's time to look at Walmart's actual, real life, currently live venture into the metaverse. Walmart enters the metaverse with Roblox experience aimed at young shoppers. Young shoppers, young shoppers. I feel like there's another word for that. Another word that they're not using for some oh, children. Yeah, that's right. We usually call young shoppers children. But I guess at the end of the day, children are basically just young shoppers, aren't they? Congratulations, ma'am. You've given birth to a beautiful young male shopper. Oh, thank you so much. I can't wait
He's
for him
gonna
to grow up
consume.
and shop just like his father. Isn't that right, sweetie? Walmart is entering the metaverse with two experiences, Walmart Land and Walmart's universe of play in gaming platform Roblox. Walmart's marketing chief, William White, said the company will use Roblox as a testing ground as it considers
Also a
other
meth
moves
dealer.
in the metaverse and beyond. Definitely makes it sound like they're using this opportunity to sort of experiment on children, which I guess makes sense as to why they're not using the word children, because there's lots of laws against advertising to children, but there are no laws, as far as I know, about advertising to young shoppers. I just remember that's my favorite show, my favorite Big Bang Theory spinoff, Young Shopper. The retail giant's first foray into the virtual world will feature a blimp that drops toys, a music festival with hot artists. I hope they mean like sexy. The most attractive artist we could find, Yassified Van Gogh. A bunch of different games and a store full of virtual merchandise, or Virch. I think I want to throw up from reading that sentence. Which matches what customers may find in Walmart stores and on its website. Walmart is trying to make themselves seem so cool to children. A blimp that drops toys and music festivals? Kids that grow up going to Walmart Land and Roblox are gonna be so disappointed the first time they actually go to a Walmart. They're gonna walk in, there's like
What am I
a
dropping,
small
Virch?
cowboy kid yodeling in the
I will give you all a digital fucking limited edition, one of 10,000 Virch Atrioc Enron hat, official, signed by me, for exactly one Twitch Prime. You can wear it anywhere the metaverse is used. Actually, no, only in the Atrioc verse. Yeah, it's super sick. Well, the thing is, it's entirely virtual. Actually, you can only wear it in my Twitch chat. So I will personally place it on your head in chat, and I can see it. The Veil, thank you for the gifties. That's 5 Enron hats for you. Can we lock you into that? Yep, you can. And you're wearing it right now. Everyone subbed. Awesome dude. Thank you for the Prime. You are now wearing an Enron. IKEA King. Thank you for the Prime. One digital, one of one Enron hat for you. Journeyman Gabe. Thank you for 3 months. Ella, thank you for the 4 months. Stacks Up, thank you for the Prime. And of course, the Veil, thank you for the gifties. Larry, thank you for the Prime. Sawtown, thank you for the Prime. Tickets, thank you for the 15 months.
in the corner. In another corner, there's an employee in a physical altercation.
You can't
with
see your hat? Pff, the dude can't see his own hat. Guys, come on. This guy's just fucking jackass. Bought a hat, can't even see it. What's your problem? Everyone else can see it. Everyone else can see your hat when you got with the Prime. It's a Virch. You see it virtually. If you can't see the hat, refresh. I see it. I see it. Yep, I see it. They see it. They see it just fine. They're cool. Why can't you get with the fucking program?
the customer. They're like bashing the customer.
I want to see the Roblox VR. I want to see it. I don't mind. I watch the whole video, but I want to see it.
That drops toys. For now, Walmart won't make money from its immersive experiences. Gamers can earn tokens and other rewards
Love
to
that.
put towards
Gamers love
virtual
earning
merchandise
tokens.
on Roblox.
It's our favorite
Brands
thing.
like LOL Surprise, Skull Candy headphones were included in the experiences based on their popularity with Roblox's younger audience of gamers. Still not using the word children. No, now they're young gamers. Walmart could make money from it in the future. Oh. You think? You think Walmart might somehow be trying to figure out a way to make money from this? I don't know, man. Seems a little
It's not
far-fetched
the Walmart
to
I
me.
know.
I kind of assumed they were doing this pro bono. Universe of Play has games that feature items from Walmart's top toy list for the holiday season, like Razor scooters and Paw Patrol and Jurassic World characters. A potential
Whoa!
nudge to get Roblox users to ask for them. A potential nudge? Has the person who wrote this article ever heard of Walmart? Or like business? They're showing really popular products to kids in a really popular kids game. Maybe that could be to get them to buy the products from Walmart. Walmart Land has an obstacle course of oversized items from the retailer's Gen Z-focused beauty brands such as skincare products from Bubble and makeup from Uoma by Sharon C. It's crazy that even in the metaverse, corporations are trying to convince you that you are ugly. You're a fully digital avatar and Walmart's still like, we can still tell you're ugly. Hello, you need to buy virtual makeup. We just talked to your smart fridge and it told us you're ugly.
To be fair, I don't think any people that are like, you know, fucking 10 out of 10 smoke shows are out there playing Roblox's virtual Walmart. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Carl Urban's unwinding after a day shooting the boys in Roblox's virtual Walmart. I just think that's a safe bet on Walmart's part.
Fair, of course your Roblox character needs makeup. They're all hideous. There's no way a
Carl
Roblox
Urban
character
is
is
in
ever
my
going
chat?
to conform to traditional beauty standards. They have like pitch black doll eyes. All right, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm ready. My young shopper mind is ready to be advertised to. Let's hop into this game.
And so I hopped into this game.
I have never played Roblox before. So unfortunately, even though Walmart is advertising this as a metaverse experience, it's not in VR. I kind of thought that every metaverse experience takes place in VR, but I guess metaverse just means it's in the computer. I don't know how that's different from like Walmart.com. That's in the computer. Is that not the metaverse? Since the game is not in VR and I wanted to still wear a cool headset, I'm gonna be wearing these cool gamer glasses instead of a VR
That's
headset.
sick.
Anyway, I have actually have no idea how Roblox works.
It took me a minute to figure out how to actually get
That's
into
why you need
Roblox and
S3K.
start playing in Walmart's World of Play.
So I guess there's all these worlds here. I wonder if Walmart Land is in here somewhere. Survival? Probably not gonna be in there. Yeah, Walmart Universe of Play, the new survival game. Try not to get murdered in the new Walmart Land.
Apparently Roblox isn't just one game, it's like a million different games.
Don't call it 3
Yeah,
AM.
bro.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Squid Game, Last to Leave. It's like a Mr. Beast video.
I'm
with
sorry,
the
what is Don't Call It 3 AM featuring Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Wait. Oh, the camera is a little high. Don't call it 3 a.m. New get. I'm immediately been... Okay, I'll be Sanic. Would you like to buy Sanic? Wait, why the fuck am I being prompted to buy things already? No, I don't want to call. Wait, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Sanic, SpongeBob, Blue, F, Mommy, Slenderman, Ben, Huggy, Shirk, Amogus, McFood Clown, and The Rock. I want to call The Rock. Complete 20 to-dos to unlock. What? To do? I hope you're hungry. What does this fucking mean? Mario roleplay red pipe. What does this fucking mean? Bro, this is such brain rot. Spam Amogus. How do I to do this? Spam Amogus. I don't want to buy anything. Stop making me buy things. I don't want to buy it, dude. I don't want to buy it. I just want to fuck. Oh my God. What is this horror hellscape? How do I play the game? Wait, why am I playing a shitty maze game on a fake phone in a game inside Roblox, inside my browser? What is this? Oh, it's don't touch the edges. All right, I do want to beat this. Okay. Is it timed? Clutch. He gets these. He clutches these. Ah! Fuck! Fucking stupid, dude. Actually, so fucking stupid. Oh my God. Fuck Gen Alpha. Stupid fucking young ass idiots. Bro, I can't wait for the dystopia you're gonna grow up into. I'm gonna make it worse. I'm gonna make it worse, dude. Me and all the other fucking millennials are about to vote for the worst possible shit. Oh, I can't wait for Gen Alpha. I'm spraying 14 aerosol cans today. I'm doing donuts in the fucking parking lot. And I'm... Oh yeah, I'm back. The only thing that calmed me down after that is delicious, tasty Factor Meal. Thank you again to Factor Meals for sponsoring today's finish the game. What else do I fucking do in this stupid ass game? Dude, I don't want to play any more of these games because they're probably all fucking random ass jump scares. Find the mermaid. It's gonna be the same fucking thing, dude. I swear to God, it's gonna be the same thing. What is this? I forgot about invite psychic, invite who dat. My 3 fucking Roblox friends. Dude, look at my my cool ass Roblox character, dude. Holy shit. Sheesh. Alright, I gotta spam Amogus. How do you fucking chat, dude? Fucking, what's the chat? Oh my God. Yeet. You're like a cop in high school. It's like a 21 Jump Street, dude. Oh, this is sick. Oh, man, it's got the minions. Dude, the graphics in this game are unreal. Find the mermaid. I am a mermaid. What's the problem? I am a mermaid. Hope you like New Zealand, Brandon. I loved it. What's up, Blur? Good to see you. Dude, this... is it just me or is Roblox the hellscape we've been talking about? Everything is fucking behind a paywall. It's all like weird mishmashes of stolen content, but they've ripped it and put up everything behind paywalls. Everywhere you turn, it's like trying to force you to spend money. It's worse than like real fucking AAA games. This is what New Zealand looked like? Yeah, very similar, dude. Very similar. So for a while. I know I've played Roblox before. I did it on stream. I am. This is a. Oh, cool. I found something. Great. I don't know what I found. Was that the mermaid? Oh, I found one of 30 mermaids. 30. Fucking kill me. No shot. Yeah, that's my. No, that's good. Thank you. No, I'm you know what? I really enjoyed this. Close Roblox. That was really fun. Don't call me at 3 a.m. That was something else. That was something else. I am sure that there will be no brain rot from that on anyone. That's good. That's healthy stuff. 29 more. How fun. Bros vs. Pros, don't call me at 3 a.m. Only if The Rock will play with us. Imagine if we got Dwayne The Rock Johnson to appear on Bros vs. Pros and we make him play that game. Just the worst fucking use of his personality and time. Oh, good stuff. How did we get there again? Bro, I fucking... Oh, we were... What? It's actually... Does anyone have a link to Walmart's Roblox thing, or did they delete it? I kind of want to just try it. Like while I'm there, you know? Walmart land. Oh, sheesh. Wait, I'm in. Okay. Walmart land. There's no wrong way to play. So fucking true. Eddie, baby. I just saw Steve. He's crying his eyes out with Dustin. They're playing D&D. Where are you guys? Okay. Holy shit, dude. Oh, man. This is it. This is the future. And I already got 4 doubloons. How do I chat? What an interesting character that I've met in Walmart land. He has a giant black trench coat. He looks a little bit like Gus Fring. Hi, Big A. Hello. Hello, loons. 1, 2, 1, 3. Hello, fellow Roblox players. Let's see what we can do here. View info. Redeem your tokens for Virch here. Ah. Okay. Well, I have 4 tokens. Can I get some Virch? How do I fucking get it? Okay, yeah, I understand that. Okay, here it is. Oh, I need 110? Bro, I can't afford any of this shit. I'm poor in Walmart token? Oh my god. Yeah, of course. Oh, I see what happens. You fucking buy the Skull Candy headphones here, and then you want to buy them in real life. What kind of fucking child needs a morning Fitbit? To track their steps? Walmart bucket hat. All right, that's what we want. We need a Walmart bucket hat. Okay, we're going to do it. Wow, looking great. Come back when you want to refresh. I didn't buy anything. All right, I need 16 more tokens. Aha! No, it's not broke talk. Chat, I'm going to have a fucking sick bucket hat, and you're going to be fucking jealous. You're going to be jealous as all hell. Carter Boy asked, can I have a picture with you? Okay, yeah, bro. Yes, you can have a picture with me. This is the same as you holding your face up to your monitor, watching the stream and taking a picture. It's not... There's... This is not a picture with me. This is not... No, I'm getting mobbed in the fucking virtual Walmart. This is not a great shopping experience. Oh, this dude's getting sturdy on me. No, let me move. Let me live, dude. Let me live. All right, guys. Thanks. Pleasure to meet you all. Actually, pleasure to meet you all. Okay, I fell. I gotta run. I gotta escape. I gotta escape the fans. Oh yeah, this is. And this is the coding experience. Okay. All right, let's go. Why the fuck? Who the hell is 2008 Mike Yang? Oh my god, was he born in 2008? Oh dear god. Actually, that still makes him... Wait. Wait. So he's like 14, right? 14 is too old to have this many points in Roblox. Fucking virtual Walmart. Bro, 14 is too old. You're 14. You shouldn't be playing this. All right. Well, I need coins. End of the day, I need coins. He's hacking? It's got to be hacking, right? But I thought Roblox was for like 10-year-olds. I feel like... I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sure some grew up with it and still play it, but... Oh, yeah. It just auto puts me in the chair. Loot box! Oh, I'm rich! Holy shit, I got a surprise gift in the loot box of 133 coins. Sorry, pores. Oh, sheesh. Oh, I had a major come up. Yes, this is what gaming's about, dude. Running around to collect... I'm going to tank Walmart's stock price, says guest. All right, I'm back. And I'm ready to buy. Give me the bucket hat. My hair fucking pokes through it. This game is so fucking... it feels so bad. But damn, does it look so good. All right, let me check out one thing we got. We got, what is this? Festive Island? All right, show me what we got. What? It's not a teleporter? What is it? Oh, you just... Oh, okay. It's just a fucking bridge. Okay. Just a pointless hole on a bridge. Electric Island. Okay. Play Netflix trivia hosted by Noah Schnapp. Compete in the dance-off challenge. Oh, this is all awesome. There's a hot dog cart, but I wouldn't be interested in that. So, not really my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Not really my thing. Who's Noah Schnapp, I wonder? TikToker? Perhaps? Next blimp, and this is my favorite game in the metaverse. People are loving it. All right, where's the Netflix trivia? Coffee Cow thoughts on Walmart. OMG, this is such a metaverse moment. Dude, the coins are everywhere. Inflation here has got to be a problem, actually. Because there's just an infinite deluge of coins. And they're just sitting out there on the open street. Oh, God. Okay. DJ booth, most timed played. 50 minutes, not so bad. Let's see if I can set a record. All right, how do I do it? This place is electric during live events. Oh, you think I'm coming back to check in for live events? I'm sure you've planned out a robust programming schedule too, huh? This thing's got fucking different artists every day, I'm sure. What the fuck are you talking about? So I logged into Walmart's metaverse and it's fucking empty because they haven't programmed the... Well, I just fucking skipped. Look at that. I'm already speedrunning the metaverse. All right. That's awful. That is just an awful experience. Fucking log in to play Mario and nothing's happening that day because they haven't scheduled a Bowser visit. This game is really fun when when there's a Bowser visit, but you just gotta wait. Okay, cool. I will, dude. What is there to do? What is there to do in this metaverse? All I know right now. Oh my God, you fall to the fucking. Can I do Netflix trivia? Live concerts I can't do. Where's my tasks? This game makes me want to purchase Walmart stock. Yeah, definitely buy the dip, dude. If this is their future. What's funny is we're laughing now. We're probably all going to be in the fucking Walmart metaverse in 15 years. Noah Schnapp ain't here. Oh, yeah, Noah Schnapp didn't fucking log on today. Netflix star Noah Schnapp didn't log on today, so there's actually no trivia. But when he's here, he loves to ask questions. All right, what's this? This has got to be something to do. This will be fun. First, spin the wheel to get a random outfit. Okay. Then continue to the booth. Stand in front of the camera and press action. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. Spin the wheel. What did I get? Okay. Try it on. Oh, yeah. I look good with a random fucking gas tank on my back. Okay. And then take a photo. Who wants to be in the photo? Come on. Get in. It's just me. This is the ugliest fucking photo I've seen in my life. Who made this? Walmart is a $100 billion company. Why does this feel so bad? This is so much worse than I thought it would be. Fucking yes, dude. New profile pic? Hashtag new profile pic, bro. Print screen. Sheesh. Just a candid, dude. I can't even move. I literally can't even move. Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for the photo. That was awesome. It was a pleasure to meet you all. Okay. I think I've done all I need to do in the metaverse. There's a lotto? Wait, oh, Lottie. Damn. Wait, what is this? Hit the salon and hit action. Match the pattern at the top. Okay. This is plant-based nail color. Cool. Oh, I'm playing. All right. Copy the pattern on the left hand. Oh. Okay. Oh, I got it. Yeah. Wait. I fucked it up. Wait, shut up. It's a hard game. It's a fucking hard game. All right, I got it. Done. Give me my points. Nice! Bro, everyone relax. Everyone fucking relax. Oh my god, you guys, I got it. Okay? I was just keeping it in our time. All right, let's speed it up. All right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Done. Ooh, easy. Continue. Let's speed it up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is not even a problem. Boom. 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 Oh, he's fucking cruising. Oh. Oh, shit. Let's speed it up. Okay. Oh, my... I have had enough Roblox for one day. Truly a magical place. Dude, what's crazy? Look at the fucking... Dude, look at the advertisement for it. This is nothing like the experience. Imagine watching this and then jumping to me going to an empty fucking... This is nothing like what it was. That's so funny. That is not similar at all. The crazy thing is thinking of the marketing team that got paid millions for this. Facts. Facts, dude. Good sell. I don't think I need to see anymore. I pretty much got it across. They went harder on the trailer than the game itself. Yeah, because the trailer is what their bosses will see and the people that pay them a lot of money at Walmart will see. And the game is what the kids will see. So they spend a lot of time on the trailer so they could sell the idea to the executives at Walmart who are bankrolling it. And they didn't care much about the game because kids don't give a shit, and then we're going to play it anyway. Genius. Let's check out, speaking of marketing, let's check out the Veils video. Probably just the beginning.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Marketing.
But he, while I was gone, took it upon himself, without contacting me or my extensive legal team, to create his own Marketing Monday while I was in New Zealand. He wanted to create his own. And he titled his video something like, well, actually,
so in
he
2019,
titled his fucking video, "This streamer stole my channel." And he put my face and put a purple border and basically just made a fucking Atrioc thumbnail. Just to make someone think that this is on my channel. Because you put the fucking purple border in my face and you titled it as if this streamer, even though this is on your channel. Yeah, pretty smart marketing. It legit worked. I know, it's a 1 out of 10. Look, it's crushing. So let's see how he did on his own version of Marketing Monday. I noticed he's got a green screen with my background of books, you know, but I had to actually read those books to put them in there. I didn't just fucking put a picture up. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Marketing Monday on Thursday, November 17th. This is Wins and Fails. We're talking about...
That's pretty good right there, because I do often forget the date and I check it. I always start by pausing and then checking the bottom right of my screen to see what the date is.
all the wins and fails in the world of business and marketing. Been a pretty crazy night. I mean, you know, with Twitter shutting down and everything. I think for the first fail of the day, it goes to the fans of...
You even put in the fucking screen transition? What a fucking waste of time. What?
Big A that went to the wrong place. You can see that Aiden and him went to Wellington in New Zealand today. There's a bunch of virgins.
Okay,
It's really
dude.
good. Never seen so many people that haven't had sex in one place. A bunch of people thought that they were going to Wellington because Atrioc told them where to go, and so this was all the people.
All right, let me make sure I'm not covering your face up so we can see. We'll move the chat down. Definitely not a good one.
People that Aiden invited because everybody else went to Wellington and that was a entirely different place. So fail to those people, in my opinion. Next, I'll get to it. We can talk about Mr. Musk. Elon Musk was in the news this week a bunch. You know, I don't know if you guys know who Elon Musk is or that he bought Twitter. This week he took to furthering complaining on Twitter, talking about how it was poorly performing on Android. And I'm gonna have to give a fail to Elon here because his own website, or the readers, the users of his own website, majoritively cited his own tweet as completely incorrect. And I love that it's presented to us from...
Bro, you obviously don't know. If you watch Marketing Monday, you would know that this would be a win. Okay, you always do the opposite. Oh, What's up, babe?
You're not live with someone, right?
I'm not live with someone. No, I'm just live.
Okay.
What's up?
Yeah. No, I was wondering how much longer.
I'm wrapping up here. I'm just watching the Veils video.
Oh, okay, very cool. Say hi
Why?
to him.
Why? What's up?
Isn't that your room? He's in your room?
Yeah, he's in my room. You filmed it here.
Babe, how did
Okay.
Sorry, no, you.
All right. I didn't know. I actually, yeah, I have to. Well, let me watch this. Anyway, this would be a win. I would have said like, gonna give a huge win to Elon this week for putting his entitled engineers in line or something like that. And then I would, the whole point is you always flip it, even long after the point of flipping it and the joke has gotten old. You flip it every single time.
Steven Italian Elon Musk Monticelli. I'm making shit up. I get a fact checked by my own $44 billion website. I'm around a bunch of developers that actually work on the stuff he was talking about came out and said he's totally full of shit. I don't know if you guys know this, but Elon may not be the genius that he talked about. Could be crazy. He definitely
okay.
Maybe with rockets, right? But what did he?
This was pretty planned, huh? Holy moly, you put a lot of work into this. You got the whole fucking, you got everything. Wait, let me see if I can put the chat up. There you go.
He do though, when these guys proved him wrong on the internet, he immediately fired him. Okay, well, it wants me to sign up for Bloomberg. We're gonna skip past that one. But they fired those engineers. He put out a thing on Slack to have all of the HR people go through everybody's individual conversations, and anybody who is shit talking him make like a list of all their things so that he could go through and decide who needs to be fired. So last night, he sent out an email late into the evening because Elon's been staying overnight. Who knows what he's working on? Because every feature they've added so far is kind of sucked. With the verification. I know some of you in chat, if you're a Twitter Blue person, you got that verification tab. Last system, let's go, woo! He sent out an email telling people that from now on it was going to be Twitter 2.0. He was being honest that from now on it's going to be way worse to work there, and that told people that if they're down for this adventure with him to click a link. I mean, who wants to do more work at their job for less recognition, more controversy, can't talk shit about your boss or critique or correct him at all? Oh, and also you have to go back into the office because you did that.
Wait, I mean, some of this is just legit Marketing Monday. I thought these were all going to be kind of trolls. I mean, that you just put, that was a good piece of news. Yeah, I don't know. That was good. If it is legit though, let's see. Elon Musk shut down Twitter. There's a lot on this. Then SBJ. SBF. SBF is a hard stuck bronze CEO. Thanksgiving dinner ruined by rising inflation rates. Let me see this.
Another fail. Another fail coming in for all of us, actually, as inflation, keeps ramping up.
This is a classic. I have put in inflation as a win and a fail into like the last 15 wins and fails.
Thanksgiving dinner next week could cost you like 20% more with things like turkey going up like $5. Pumpkin pie, American favorite, going up $1. Let's go, Brandon. Right? Old Sleepy Joe at the wheel isn't feeling very festive as the rising inflation looks to be costing the average
I don't munch on Golden Grams during wins and fails. Just to be clear, if I'm eating Golden Grams on stream, it's because we're fucking watching Community or something. I'm not in the middle of giving a talk on something with business and fucking crunching down Golden Grams.
Consumer more at
No,
checkout.
I'm not doing
not
that.
really getting us into the holiday spirit. Ooh, I'm not really feeling very festive. I'm not really giving thanks right now for my Thanksgiving meal if it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. But you know who is winning this holiday season? The storefronts, the corporations are giving thanks. Walmart and Target are at a little bit of a battle, although Target seems to be reporting a little bit of a loss. Walmart, their third quarter sales rose almost 10%.
So I'm actually going to talk about this. You're just talking about the battle. That's fine. I do want to talk about this.
Target's dropping like 2.7% with different things like Walmart, handles more of the average consumer's grocery shopping because it's cheaper. Target markets more towards fun finds. Target, it seems, reporting a loss makes a little bit more sense just because things like grocery, the essentials, cost a little bit more there. Their average customer base seems to be people that are more rich, so as people hold more money there or look for sales, one of the key things that they can do to kind of save a little bit more, pinch their pennies a little bit more is just a switch from maybe buying groceries at Target to shopping at Walmart. So that explains the uptick a little bit for Walmart and a little bit of the downtick for Target. Still both winning this holiday season as those markups go right back down to their pockets. Target is reporting, though, another $600 million in lost profit. From what they're saying is an organized crime ring, with the company gross margin rate dropping 28% to 25% this year. Not looking good, but apparently they are...
Who in chat is part of the organized crime ring that is fleecing Target dry? Who is part of the people stealing fucking deodorant from Walmart or from Target at scale?
Blaming this on shoplifters. Believe it or not, when people can't afford things, they just steal them. Who would have thought? You give that one a big old fail to Target. Big old fail.
That's where I would have said, just don't be poor. That's always a good joke to throw in. Whenever you're talking about anything related to poverty, just say don't be poor. The chat loves it. Eats it right up. The Veil, I honestly do want to watch. Wait. I'm sorry. Wait, what is this? Wait, one more second. I noticed in here that you have, I do have to go because Ari wants to hang out and we want to watch, we might watch Andor actually. I'm noticing you have a Rocket Money ad read, despite the fact that you personally are not sponsored by Rocket Money.
Those people. Another story kind of related into it. I found it hard to kind of weave in. Mortgage rates, thankfully, the biggest drop this week since 1981. That's huge. So if you're somehow during this recession looking to buy a house, now is the time. At which point, I'm going to remind you, make sure you buy tickets to the mobile chess boxing event in California. That's always, travel's a good investment. So make sure that you spend money to watch Nathan Stans either lose in chess or beat the shit out of a GM. I think is probably a good idea. The other way that you can save money, I'm not getting paid for this.
To be clear, Nathan Stans will beat Box in boxing. He's going to get his ass kicked in chess. I'll say it. I love Nathan Stans to death. He is my boy. He is my dog. He's my day one. I've played chess with him. He's not beating Box, bro. And in fact, as far as I know, nobody wins chess boxing on the boxing. because you have to knock them out completely, which is really hard to do. I think Stans is going to fucking hit him with a good couple right hooks, but I don't care how dizzy Box gets. Stans blunders his queen like he's been hit with fucking 6 rights by Mike Tyson. Okay? There's no shot. There's no fucking shot. Stans is going to lose chess no matter what, but he's going to be a strong ass boxer.
This, but Big A probably is for signing up for Rocket Money. Download the Rocket Money app and cancel subscriptions that you don't need anymore. Trim the fat of all your subscription services. See what I did there? Finally, for everybody's favorite portion of Marketing Monday, it's the one, the only.
What's up, Beijing?
What's up, Beijing? Couple of updates here from China.
What's up going on in
Good
China?
news,
I want to know.
And a W for the United States. W for what's up, Beijing? It seems that United States and China peace talks are going pretty good. We've been kind of at each other's throats for a little bit. Talks and tensions as situation in Ukraine with Russia is getting pretty tense. There's the threat of nuclear war, and with that kind of being something that people liken to the situation in Taiwan. Z expressed this week a condemnation on the use of nuclear powers anyway.
Yeah, we talked about this. This is actually already on Marketing Monday, I think. The transitions are fucking crazy, and the ad read's crazy. This is all pretty well done. I will watch the full thing. I have to go for Ari. Shout outs to The Veil. Check out his full video. Surprisingly, shockingly accurate on all the details with that. And the tabs, too. That's funny. Guys, I have to go. Much love. Thanks for watching today. Sorry I've been fucking out of the fucking woodwork. I'm doing Thanksgiving tomorrow. We're doing it tomorrow, not today, so I might not even be live tomorrow. Here's the thing. I'm thinking for Monday. Probably Saturday. I mean, ideally Saturday. But really, the idea is Monday, hit the fucking ground running. Daily long streams. I've really freed up my schedule. I got everything back on track. I caught up on some of the New Zealand stuff. My goal is Monday to fucking Sunday. Shout outs to The Veil. Check them out. Guys, that's the fucking plan. Sevens, have a great night. I will be live tomorrow to watch Community. Almost certainly. But that'll be it. Because I'm doing Thanksgiving for most of the day. And Ari's brother and people are coming up. So let's rate Connor Eats Pants. Connor Eats Pants. Connor Eats Pants. Connor Eats Pants. Thanks you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning in today. That was fun. Thanks again to Factor Meals for their support of Get Smarter Thursdays. Again, big fan of them. I've said it so many times, so I feel weird when I say it, but I use the product all the time. I think most of you would enjoy it. I think anybody in a situation that I was in when I first got into meal services would find Factor to be really satisfying. And I know people, including like Ludwig's, like Shake Drizzle. I mean, the Yard Boys were using it before they even started their own sponsorship, but people have been using them. They're pretty good. I mean, they just solve a serious problem. Anyway, all right, bye guys. Have fun. Thanks. Later.